What are we gonna say?
The recording already
See
started.
vagina?
Just scream. Just scream really loudly into the mic.
It's
I
always
get enough of just random screaming day to day from James.
Just get James to scream into the mic.
He will eventually.
One
Well,
day.
now that I have a laptop, well, it's not going to happen this weekend because I don't want to roleplay in front of my grandmother.
Why
Since
not?
she's over for the weekend. And on future weekends, I probably will be downstairs, so you might be hearing James playing in the background at those points.
Aw.
Do we have a lore reason for a baby to be there, or is it just going to be the same baby all the way through?
It has to be the same baby.
Obviously, that's just what the familiars sound like.
Mhm.
Like babies.
That's
One of
what
us
the
is
Clockwork
secretly carrying a
Owl.
baby.
That's what the Clockwork Owl sounds like.
Rufus sounds like a baby.
Yep.
He's just a little baby.
I keep forgetting his name is Rufus.
He's just a little guy.
Just a little guy.
Obviously, the next campaign, it has to be basically doing like Star Wars D20 or something, and we have a massive bantha or crake dragon or whatnot, and its name is Rufus.
Mhm.
And he's just a
Mhm.
little baby,
Gonna take
despite
He's just
being
a little guy.
larger than the spaceship.
What a good
He's
lad.
still a guy.
All right.
Last minute stuff. I don't know why. there's
Aspen, you
no
are
noise
very
listen
quiet
to
for
me.
me for some reason.
Yeah.
Same.
Hello, hello. Is that better?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
My mic was just very far away. Yeah, I don't know
Sounds like a
why.
skill issue. Project more.
Yeah. Get better.
True.
Just shout.
Haven't you ever done theater? You got to project your
Whoa.
voice.
Whoa.
The trauma of
You have
theater.
to emphasize your syllables.
Syllables.
The little syllables.
Yep.
You got to be on that stage. You got to be projecting. And when you go off of the stage, you're going to be so sweaty from all of the stage lights.
Classic.
And there's
You also
always
learn
someone
how to
crying
project your
backstage.
voice. Yeah, you also learn how to project your voice or your air if you're in band too,
Mhm.
because
we
you
did,
really sort of want to shove your air into the instrument.
Yeah, when we did Grease, I was in charge of rolling the car out for Grease Lightning, and so I did that, and
Okay, I was wondering what a car had to do with ancient Greece.
no, Grease Lightning.
Grease lightning.
And I
lightning.
pushed the car out, and I took just a second too long of getting it onto its marks, so I had to spend the entire song huddled behind the car so that no one could see me. And really, no one saw me, so.
Oh,
Well,
there.
that's how you know
It
it
went
wasn't
well.
a Shakespeare play, because if it was a Shakespeare play, then the proper way to do the play would be for all the actors to notice you were there and just include you in the play to make it as awkward as possible.
That would have been really, really funny. I was wearing black overalls, so I could have passed as a mechanic, honestly.
Honestly, I think if you had to do a Shakespeare play at any point in your life, you do deserve to get some like money for therapy.
I saw a Shakespeare play at the Globes Theater.
Ooh, that's sick.
I think the only version of Romeo and Juliet I ever saw, we watched it when we were going over that back in high school, but it wasn't a normal version.
Oh,
It
was
was
it
a
the
version
modern
that was
one?
basically the one that was like when he says, "Hand me my longsword, ho," and they hand him a rifle while he's in a helicopter.
Yeah. That's a fucking
Yeah.
great movie.
Yeah,
You should watch
it's
Romeo
basically
and
just
Juliet.
yeah, it's
That's
just
a
a
fucking
solid like
great
80s
movie.
version of Romeo and Juliet, and it's just so dumb.
Dude.
I still think they should do Muppets Romeo and Juliet.
Oh, they should. They should just do all of Shakespeare.
But it's not Kermit and Miss Piggy. It's like Gonzo and someone else.
Oh, the rat, Gonzo and the rat. What's he
Yeah, it's
called?
Gonzo and the Rat. They're Romeo and Juliet.
I
Swedish
mean,
Chef
it could
is
also
there.
still be it could still be Miss Piggy and Kermit. It's just Miss Piggy would be Romeo.
Yeah. That's a
She would insist that she's supposed to have the leading role, and it's like at the start of the movie. It's like Kermit is forced to hand over his costume to Miss Piggy, and
Oh,
she
That's
just
so
have you
true.
forces him to put on the Juliet costume.
have you guys ever seen The Play That Goes Wrong?
I have.
Mm-mm.
I've seen the
Okay.
I saw the Peter Pan edition of it.
Don't. I had to fucking do the Peter Pan Play That Goes Wrong. Never mention it again, ever. Don't. It was so bad. It was brutal. But like Play That Goes Wrong, it's just exactly what it says, and I feel like that's just perfectly designed for the Muppets.
You're right.
It would just be fucking amazing.
They don't realize until the last minute that they've cast the Swedish Chef as fucking. Is it? Oh God, who gives like the super dramatic speech? I don't. Well, there's a lot of dramatic speeches. There's a specific guy. I
In
can't
Romeo
remember.
and Juliet.
Yeah, and I can't remember who it is. But
No,
they cast
it's
him as
his
that
Romeo's
guy.
friend.
Yeah, it's Romeo's
Yeah.
friend. They cast the Swedish Chef as Romeo's friend, so it's like 5 minutes of the fucking preview. And he's like crying. He's like doing a really good job.
Oh, or they could just do all the chickens at once.
All the chickens at once as Romeo's
All the
friend,
chickens at
which
once.
is the name of the character. Oh my God, is it Benvolio?
No, I think that's the fuck. That's
Hold on.
he's from another one.
What's
Is he
Romeo's
not from Much
friend's
Ado
name?
About Nothing? Hold on.
Mercutio.
We all have access to Google right now. Yeah.
Mercutio and Benvolio, those are his friends.
What was Much Ado About
Ashton,
Nothing?
do you want to keep? Do you want us to keep riffing on Muppets, Romeo and Juliet, or do you want to start the D&D session?
I was here for it. I'm ready to start whenever you guys are.
Has anyone got
I'm
any last
also-
takes they want to throw into our movie
Well,
idea?
I'm just sitting here looking at the map to see where everything was. It's kind of funny that Zarek went to immediately check Clem's window, and that actually turned out to be a good decision.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Wow, it's
Wait,
almost
I
like they
forgot.
wanted to
Hold
split us
on,
up.
wait. Miss Piggy is Romeo, but she doesn't think that Kermit has the showman, like the guts or like the right stuff to do Juliet. So it's Leonardo DiCaprio again because he's played Romeo before.
And the movie ends because Miss Piggy's over the age of 25.
Exactly, and
Brutal.
fucking Leonardo's like, oh shit, I'm not into this.
Brutal.
Gonzo dies. Gonzo is one of the people who dies.
All right. Now that we've got our Muppets fill,
I want to play
Let's
a
go see the
puppets
puppet
bard.
guy.
Can I
Ellen.
be a puppets bard but have Muppets?
honestly, that'd be really funny. Ellen, would you like to do the recap?
Okay, so this recap had a warning written into it, which was I was dissociated for like 30% of the session. So there are things that have been missed.
Classic.
We're gonna get it. We're gonna
Love
put
it.
our hands up at the end, guys, because there's like fucking probably 30% not here, but let's go. Okay. So, session 14. Arriving back from Radaria's big oh no from Clava being headmaster, but can't dwell on that. You know, shit to be doing. Clem works part-time, Hero's with her girlfriend, and sister who's less of a cunt. I forgot what Zarek was doing. What was Zarek doing? That's all I've written down there.
I forget. I
Okay, so
remember what he did in the party.
Zarek wasn't doing anything, right? Zarek died, and that's okay. Zarek got left behind on the boat, wherever he was, right?
He does
So-
things at times, and
Yeah.
then he just shows up in Clem's window again.
Yeah, classic.
He was breaking into places, you know? He was breaking and entering. That's what Zarek was doing. So he even does work with her dad, tells him about the face stuff. He's sad about not being able to go home, but fuck that, shit to do, right? We brainstorming session, sushi belt, unpaid musicians, magic drink, so business is no longer failing. Let's fucking go, guys. Everyone give themselves a wee round of fucking applause. Alright?
I'm sure
So-
so, a little bit.
We get
And I
gifts
think
from
this was the one
Alto.
where Zarek had his conversation with Roderick.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes, it was. Oh no, it's not. That's further down. I did get that.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
So we get gifts from Alto, everyone gets cool stuff, but should we accept this? Guess we'll never know. Anyway, bam, ritual time for Clem. We find out Jester is Esme, our morally grey queen. We debate about gods, but now they have a god because Alara was supportive of beating kids, which is, it's too Catholic for Clem. Can't be doing that. So, Clava calls us in. Dashin comes to the PTA meeting. Asks us to be tights for her, but tights get shot, so we don't do that. Also, she tells us she worked with Brimstone, but doesn't further elaborate, apart from that she's no longer working for them, which is probably a load of shit. So, Zarek has a chat with Roderick about his dad being a piece of shit. Gets a letter about saying away from his son, and ditches work to work out. Might get fired. I don't know why. Was not what you're meant to be doing during working hours. Right? So, studying is studying. Haven is dyslexic and can't read about fucking dragons despite having a dragon. Not much else happened there. And then Yoni suggests another fucking party. His girl, why not? It goes well. Clem is in a polycule. Hard launch Hero and Nysra. We're not getting our deposit back, but that's okay. All's going well, then Troubled Youth shows up. Trisk has knives, puppets in the window, fucking Birdman, and it's horrifying. And that's the end of the recap. What did I miss?
Birdman.
Fucking bird.
No, I feel like that encapsulated pretty much everything.
I thought that
Are
was
they a
beautiful.
bird man? What's the bird's pronouns?
Actually,
Bird.
bird lady.
Bird lady.
Oh,
Ellen.
Bird lady.
Fucking
Bird
Christ.
lady. Come on, Ellen.
I misgender people if they're breaking into houses. That's it.
It's like a deterrent. It's like,
Yeah.
don't come in here, you'll get fucking misgendered if you're breaking in.
Exactly.
Either that or
That's what we're
Zarek might
doing.
end up shipping you with someone, given that he's partially responsible for the throuple and for the hard launch of Hero's girlfriend.
Derek just
So
loves love, I
Yeah,
think
what a
he's
Love,
right.
matchmaker.
love.
It's funny
he's
because
trying to help.
he himself is not interested in that kind of thing, but he's super interested in his friends' love lives, which is really accurate representation.
Just fixing everything up.
It's like, I don't want to participate, but I want everyone else to participate for me.
I'm gonna live vicariously through all of you guys at once.
Zarek is like, the idea of someone kissing me makes me want to throw up, but I like it when people do it to you guys.
All right. So last we left off, it was pretty tense. It was really tense. Clem, you had woken up to Trisk being, less than a foot away from your face, 2 daggers at both of your friends' neck, and basically telling you to shush. While that was happening, the group started waking up and hearing different things. The front door opened where you saw Drakkar sort of sleeking through the front door. Zarek saw someone at the window. Haven saw someone at the window. And Hero, I think Hero was like just waking up from all of this because I think someone said something to Hero and that sort of like stirred her awake. Everyone else right now is still asleep. We're not in combat, but things are really, really tense.
Do we want to scale up people's tokens so that we can use this as a battle map?
Yeah, we can absolutely do that. That'll make it boop.
Since I think you're the only one capable of scaling up the tokens.
That's dumb. Let me actually see how the ruler works. Boop. That's fine. Honestly, what we
remind
can
everyone.
do. because that's.
I need to remind everyone that if Clemency dies, I have repeatedly assured Aspen that number one, I will not come visit him in North Carolina, and number two, that my next character is going to be the most insufferable prick.
Actually, we can keep the tokens as the size that they were, and
Too
then we
late.
can just use Zarek's just
Very
like,
large, Zarek.
I'm actually fucking swole now. And we
I
can
just
just use
pulled
the
out
measuring
the
tool.
yeah, I
for-
just pulled out the extra token, or the token for my like library. What the? Why is it giving me all of these options for the ruler, like instant or linger fade delay?
I think that like I just saw a video about like when I turned on Roll20, it like said something about that. I don't know what it is, but it's like some sort of new feature or whatever.
Oh, if I set it on linger, it just stays there and doesn't go away.
That's cool. That's useful.
Yeah, that is cool.
It means you don't have to keep rechecking 14 times.
So I'm gonna have everyone roll for initiative. We're not in combat,
Whoa,
but this is
wide
gonna dictate the order that everyone is like choosing to, either have conversations or if you just want to attack, you can attack, but it's gonna sort of put in order this amorphous sort of thing. So everyone go ahead and roll.
So
well,
also,
I got a
the
natural
measuring
one.
tool-
I'm going last.
The measuring tool actually looks like it's good for spells now.
Ooh,
yeah.
that is really nice.
That's actually
Super
really
useful.
helpful.
Look at that. We can get
Like
cones going.
that's what I've been doing with all those different shapes in the background.
Yeah, because you can get the radius and then you can get cones.
All right.
Well, I guess I just have to sit in silence.
As
Yeah,
is the
you
way.
can. That seems like your problem over there.
That
Our shit's
seems
way
like
more
either I
important.
just got all of my bad luck out at once, or this is gonna go very poorly for me.
Quick strategy before we do this: are we negotiating or are we attacking?
Let's negotiate.
I think each
I'm
character
negotiating.
basically has to. I think
Yeah,
every
we have
character has to do that themselves.
I
Yeah, we have to sort
wrote
this out
down
ourselves.
last night points of negotiation.
All right. 25 to 20.
22.
Nice. Okay. 20 to 15.
19.
Nice.
I don't like this music.
Oh.
Okay.
Why is the bird in my room?
He's just chilling.
Alright, I'm gonna take my dragon. My dragon can come with me.
She's so small.
15 to 10.
14.
14. Okay.
Oh, people are gonna get flashbanged by my.
Oh,
my
is the bird supposed to be actually like at the window, or
right outside?
back?
It doesn't seem like she's like in the process of like sneaking through the window. Seems like she's more like floating, or flying outside the window. Like probably just like a few feet out. I guess it'd be like 5 feet away from the window itself.
Okay, so basically, they're at the correct spacing right now.
Yeah. Okay. And then that leaves Clem.
I got a token too. Thank you.
So we're gonna do
a
round.
I'm recording the screen this time just in case it goes into comments. The lovely one person is just gonna get 2 flashes of my Discord because I had to adjust the stream volume.
And suddenly flashbang. Okay. Wonderful. So we're gonna start inside the actual house right now before we move over to sort of what's going on with Clemency and whatnot, since you guys are spread out. So Haven, you're up first. You see this puppet outside the window, and you see it sort of quickly move, like scurry back away.
Oh,
from
it moved on its own?
Oh. It seems like there's these like purple threads that are connected to like different parts of its joints. And you see, as you're sort of walking over towards the window, the puppet sort of moves and scurries back past the window.
Okay.
What do you do?
Okay, well, the thing is, they're here for Clemency. We know Clemency's not here. So, that strategy, I guess, is to just keep them busy and hope to God they hang around here. Because so far, we've located 3, we don't know where the fucking Trisk is. Okay. Fuck. Why did I have to go first? Jesus Christ. Okay.
Well.
And
like I said, this isn't necessarily combat. You can absolutely hold actions. You can use your whole action to like have conversations and stuff, just so you know.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm at the doorway right now. This is where I started.
Yeah.
Can I see that Hero's not awake?
I think you would see that Hero's in the process of like waking up. She's sort of like stirring awake right now.
And then I could hear your mom, but I can't see him at the door.
Yeah, I think exactly.
Yeah.
Drakkar, you would hear the door open, which would be strange.
Okay, well, okay, that's fine. There's like fucking 10 people in that room. We can deal with that. Okay, I'm just gonna I'm gonna message again. I'm gonna message Garrick, be like, we already know you're from Brimstone. There's no way you actually want to do this.
Okay. What are you trying to persuade him into something, into having a conversation, or
yeah, essentially.
Okay.
I'm trying to keep him busy, because like that would start something where it's like, okay, that's make it uncomfortable for you to leave, and I'm going to keep heading towards the window.
Okay.
I'm not holding a spell, like hands up. Like, we're going with our hands up.
Okay.
And is it a bonus action or action to control Nectar?
I would say it's a bonus action to control Nectar.
Because now I have I have my ring now. So hold on, let me just see what that gives me. Okay. So we're bonded.
So it doesn't give you any extra like abilities for controlling Nectar. I'll say right now, for the purposes of combat, Nectar is like locked in with you, so it'll be easier for you to control Nectar. Like sensing that fear. If Nectar drops to 0 hit points, Nectar will go into that amulet.
Into the charm. Yeah. Okay, so it's fine. Okay, then I'm going to, I guess, because the ring does give me advantage on animal handling checks. So just for the fun of using it, right? I'm going to like whisper into the ring and be like, head, flip into the other room and don't be noticed. And just have her kind of maybe go around this corner, around the door.
Okay.
So
go ahead and roll animal handling with advantage, and we'll say that'll take place for Nectar's stealth.
Okay, yes. Da-da-da.
And so you speak the message to Garrick, and you hear a message back. Garrick goes,
Not 20, by the way.
Hell yeah. So place Nectar wherever you want, and you don't hear Nectar. You don't hear any flap, any flutter, anything. I'll say you can get up to like 5 feet within. Yeah, that's perfect. You hear Garrick respond backwards. Haven, we don't want to fight you. We just want clemency. I don't want to hurt you. Okay? Can you tell us what room Clem is in? And this can all be done with.
Do I respond now, or is that my turn?
So, yeah, I'll say you can. For the purpose of this, because there's no direct combat, everyone's actively like sort of moving slow. I'll say you can have this sort of back and forth if you want to respond, and then he can respond, and then it'll be sort of next turn.
Also, how loudly do you respond?
This is all message. This is all message.
Alright.
So there's no sign being made here. Okay, fuck. I'd be like, there's no way Haven would give them up, even like if they were faking. Like you know, I can't tell you where they are.
All right. His response is, Haven, if that's the case, I need you to just get out of here, okay? And that's his response to you. Is there anything else you want to do with your movement? Because you do still have movement. And I'd say where you're positioned, you can see like a shadow of Garrick. Like you get the feeling Garrick is like right in this area, like right basically where you see his token. You don't see him, but you can see that he's there. You see like a shadow being sort of cast in the right way that lets you know he's there.
I probably should just... I'm going to take cover. If I go behind here, do I get cover?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm going to take cover. I'm just going to kind of slowly back away then, because, yeah, this is...
Okay. Up next is Drakkar. And he sort of fully opens the door and steps through. And he's going to make a perception check as he's sort of looking around. Oh. And he looks in, and Hero, you would see him. Everyone else is asleep. You're in the process of waking up. I'll say go ahead and would you be trying to pretend like you're sleeping, or do you think you'd already be in the process of being awake?
I think she would try to pretend she was still asleep. I think the first reaction would be to scream, but I think she'll try to nudge Nicera to get someone else to wake up without starting a whole commotion right away.
Okay. Go ahead, and I'm gonna have you make 2 rolls for me.
Mm-hmm.
One is gonna be to convince him that you're sleeping, so you're gonna make a deception check, and the other, I'll say you can try and make a sleight of hand. If the sleight of hand fails, like, so if you successfully make it look like you're sleeping and then fail your sleight of hand check, he'll see that, and there's a good chance he'll be like, she's actually awake.
Mm-hmm.
So 2 separate rolls. So go ahead and make the deception check.
17.
Nice. Yeah, so you're laying there pretending like you're snoozing.
And 7 for sleight of hand.
Okay. Would you like to use inspiration? You don't have to. It's up to you.
I have any.
Okay. Let me... I don't think you do.
I don't think I do either. I think I used my last one to make my mom not mad at me.
Perfect use of that. Okay.
I think that's a better use, honestly.
You nudge Nicera, and she wakes up and looks at you. As she sort of like wakes up, before she sees the person in the process of walking in, what do you do? Do you say anything to her before she probably gets like startled awake?
I feel like you wouldn't be able to say much in those instances, so I think it'd be like a whisper of, break in. Just get to the point. Break in.
Okay, perfect. You sort of say that, and she looks up, sort of slowly, trying her best to also be deceptive. And you see her eyes just go really wide, and you see he's looking at both of you.
Oh, shit.
And as he sort of steps in, closing the door behind him, he sees... Actually, Nectar is stealthing. So do you think Nectar would
Nectar got a not funny, man.
Yeah, so Nectar would be, like, up on the ceiling, like, past, like, above the door. And you see, as he steps in, you just hear that low, like, crocodile grumble. If you guys have ever heard that, it sounds, like, truly prehistoric.
It's insane.
And you can see parts of his scales beginning to glow a little bit. It's like a faint, like arcane shimmer on his scales. And you can see he's just sort of waiting. He's looking around. You would guess he's looking around for Clemency, but it seems like he's having a hard time distinguishing the multiple people that are here. Because people are like undercovers, people are just like in like crazy contorted positions sleeping on these couches, so it's difficult. But you see that there's something arcane about the scales on his body, and he is sort of in the process of what looks like holding some sort of an action. Up next we have Zarek. Zarek, you see Ryan just flapping wings outside the window. What do you do?
All right.
I think he wants to see Dada.
Oh, one moment. Hey, buddy.
His baby.
D&D.
Yeah, baby has come in and taken a look.
We have a new player, guys.
I'm sitting here. I have my computer off to the side so I don't mess with the capture. And I've just like got my hands crossed over my chest, and I'm just like, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die.
I'm gonna die.
So I guess
You only got one. You can handle one.
Does Zarek hear the door and the grumbling?
Mhm.
Because technically he does have line of sight if he turned around.
Yeah, you do see Drakkar like stepping in and looking around.
And did the glimmer of the scales occur after he stepped into the room? That's what it sounded like you were describing.
Yeah. So you would have seen pretty much actually, I don't think you would have seen that, because I think you would have heard the grumbling first. I guess it's up to you. Where do you think your attention would go to? Because you're sort of split between two things that you're paying attention to, both in opposite directions. So it's up to you.
I suppose if the person outside is just flapping there, then sort of the instinctual reaction people have anytime that they hear something unexpected is to look towards it. So he probably did, when he heard the door open, especially when he heard the growling, he would have looked back.
Cool. Yeah, so you would have seen everything that was going on then.
Then I guess, and this is this, correct me if I'm wrong, but this is the same group that stole the necklace. And that Clem would have described them, right?
Mm-hmm. We also knew them. They were at our party.
Yeah, you would have seen them.
So I guess Zarek just saw someone who previously stole the amulet from Clem step in and cast a spell while someone's lurking outside the window. So I think he's just gonna take a step in this direction, pull out his gun, and shoot.
Get it, fucking king! Get it, king!
Right.
And I think it's official that everyone is now awake.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you're right.
The room's dark too. It is, there's no light. You all are sleeping, and it's just this loud, like ear-piercing sound with this flash of light that just startles everyone awake. Clemency, Trisk is right next to your face, and you just hear this loud bang with this flash from your window. And you and Trisk both look over, and Trisk just sighs and looks back at you. But Zarek, go ahead and roll to see if you hit.
That was just an 11.
11.
Do you have inspiration?
I think he burned his inspiration trying not to give the game away to his dad.
We need to stop using our inspiration on our parents.
Family stuff. Okay, perfect. You shoot, and you see it just bounces off the scale, and at the moment that you do that, he looks in your direction, and you see the scales begin to shift and shimmer, and he grows in size.
Oh, he's got a large reduce.
And he is now a large creature. You see the scales just sort of like shift, and he is completely blocking the door.
That's a smart idea. They're smart. Fuck.
At the same point, though, he can't get into the side rooms.
That's true. He's too big.
Okay.
That's such a
Sarah,
good
is there
one.
anything else you want to do with your movement?
I guess at this point, Zarek's gonna take, I guess, a bit of a step behind the door so he can still see the alligator, but has partial cover from him, and he's trying to. Basically, he's sort of facing in this direction so that he can keep both of them in his sort of in his peripheral.
Sure. Absolutely. You see Zryan, as soon as that flash goes off, like float back a foot, and then you suddenly see a second pair of wings sort of separate from her normal wings, and she has 4 pairs of wings. Or I guess 2 pairs of wings. And the second pair looks like it looks natural, but they look arcane. They look augmented in some sort of way. Like they're not natural. And looking at the scales, like that brief flash from the gun, the scales on Drakkar's back also looked arcane and enhanced in some sort of way. Like it didn't seem like a spell is what he cast. It seemed like something that maybe is like innate, or implanted even. Okay. Zryan is going to disappear. Zryan just flies upwards and is no longer in sight. And Sarek, you no longer have line of sight. On your turn, you can attempt to make perception checks if you want, because you would have seen that Zryan went up. So you have a general idea of where you can listen to, and you know that it's a dome above you. So I'll say you'll be able, for your next round, to make a perception check to see if you can hear anything. Hero, you're up next. You see this sort of massive crocodile just taking up space, but not seemingly doing anything at the moment. Seemingly aggressive. What are you doing?
Sorry. I feel like there's not a lot I can do because I'm not armed. I don't have a lot of spells.
Mm-hmm.
You
can try and talk.
Yeah, I think that's the only thing I can do. I guess everyone's awake now because of the
gunshot. Everyone's startled. Everyone's waking up. Everyone's confused, and
there's a giant alligator in the door.
Yeah.
It's soon to be chaos, you're assuming, with everyone just, still reeling from being abruptly woken up.
And still have a little bit of PTSD from the last terrorist attack, so.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh no.
That's part of why I was figuring Zarek's just like, okay, enemies are back. They're doing something. He needs to fire.
Shoot first, ask questions later.
We're just sad, traumatized kids, and that makes this really difficult, actually.
This is a great freshman year.
Yeah.
I'm trying to play my little slidey puzzle game to relax, and it's not working.
Yeah. I guess she'll jump up, because she was trying to play it cool. Gunshot, big alligator, jump up, and kind of do the thing where you put your hands out, where you're like, whoa, 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 and say, hey, I'm sure there's some misunderstanding here. Let's talk it out.
Is that what you said to him?
Yeah.
He sort of still not moving forward, but sort of leaning a little bit, goes, "We are just here for clemency. Where is he?" And he's looking around.
I have to burst your bubble, big guy, but I don't know where Clem is. I've been sleeping.
Yeah, and you don't, and I'm gonna roll to see if he believes you. I'll say, are you you're obviously telling the truth, so I'll have you make a persuasion check to see if he believes you, or if it's like, he's like, she's lying to me.
12.
Okay. He believes you. He gives you a look. He goes, well, do you know where he could be? And you see he's in the process of stepping forward. You get the feeling he's focusing on you now. And Nysra's taking the turn right after you. Is like putting her hand on your shoulder.
Well, I'm not Clam's keeper, so I honestly don't know.
He goes, tell your friend if he shoots at me one more time, we're going to have problems. And he looks towards the door where Zarek shot.
Well, I think you just told him yourself, but I can reiterate. Zarek, there will be problems if you shoot again, says the big guy.
God, I'm glad you guys are having a little giggle festival.
I sort of figured that there were going to be problems when I shot him in the first place. That's why I shot him.
Yeah, that tends to be the thing when you shoot a shot. You want problems.
He looks over towards Zarek. Goes, there doesn't need to be problems. Everyone here can leave in one piece.
One Piece.
Is that what we want?
I am not letting you take Clem.
Problems it is then. Hero, is there anything else you want to do with your turn?
Yeah. Give me 1 second.
Because you have one spell that you can do reliably. You can cast all of your first level spells. You just, like, you might try it and it might not work.
Yeah. Give me, like, 1 quick minute.
Sure.
Because I think I do want to try to do a spell. But I just need to see what could be good.
Sure.
Would a cantrip be easier than, like, a first level spell?
Yeah.
Let's...
I'll say you just have to make an Arcana check. And the DC for a cantrip, I'll say, is 9.
Okay. Let's try... I was gonna say Sacred Flame because it's a cantrip. It does damage. I don't know how dexterous he would be.
He's very large.
He doesn't seem super dexterous right now.
Okay. Yeah, let's try that.
Sacred Flame?
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll an Arcana roll. Or an Arcana check.
Oh, -1. Don't fail me. -1, don't fail me.
Oh no.
10!
Nice! Hell
We
yeah.
fucking did it!
What does this spell look
We did it,
like?
guys!
How do you think this spell manifests itself? Like, what does it look like?
Let me click it as quick thing. Are we doing the legacy or the other one?
We can do the legacy.
Okay, let me put it as learned. I think it would be cool to look like still flame-like, but with some of her gods, like stuff she's been seeing.
Like the fractaline patterns.
Yeah, but in kind of like that fire.
So basically, it looks like fire from an early 3D game.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, you shoot this flame out, and he fails the roll.
Fucking
And
get him.
the flame just washes over him, and I need you to roll for damage.
Please be good. Hey, a 1's a 1. A 1's a 1.
Damage is damage.
Hey. I'm proud of myself here.
These guys are beating up toddlers. Like, this is on them.
Right.
You know?
And on Nysra's turn, she's going to she has none of her spell components also. She doesn't have like anything with infusions or whatnot. She's going to step in front of you, giving you, I'll say half cover against anything. And she's going to use the dodge action. So if something, she's giving you cover and she's also sort of protecting herself at the same time. It is now Garrick's turn. Everyone else is in the process of waking up. They sort of were like stunned for that first round, given they were woken up via gunshot. But it's Garrick's turn, and Garrick is going to open the window. Why did he just disappear?
I guess he left. You know. Guess
That was weird.
He's right here on my screen.
Yeah. He disappeared from me. What the fuck?
Well, I guess he just. It worked. You know, he said enough's enough. I'm away. Good luck, guys.
Reload the page. But he's going to step through. He's going to open up the window.
Now there's 2 Garricks.
There we go. Perfect. He's going
the perfect amount of Garricks.
Through the window, slowly. And you see the first thing that come through the window is his hands out and extended. He goes, Haven, you need to leave. It's going to get very, very bad. Okay? And he motions for the window.
Do I have an opportunity to do something?
You can talk to him.
Okay, hold on. I'm going to shoot a message to Hero. I'm going to just like kind of be keeping. I think. Hold on, let me roll a performance check real quick.
I don't know if you, in this moment, I don't think you'd be able to cast.
Can I not message? Okay,
you could respond to him though, because this is all now. Things are starting to like heat up. Like as soon as that gunshot went off, everyone's no longer in slow mode anymore.
And we don't know where Clem is. We have no idea where Clem is.
No idea.
Oh, fuck. Let's see. Go get Clem. Hold on. Give me a second. I'm gonna roll. Like 1 to 10. Go get Clem. Anything above, stay here. I'm getting Clem.
Okay. Also, you can use your movement to like go through the window.
Can I just like I'll do my movement and be like, I'm going to tell. I need a message here. Oh fuck, I shouldn't do this. I feel like I'm a fucking turncoat. Fuck.
Wait, what did you say?
I'm like, no, I'm just in my head. I'm just gonna say, I need to talk to my friends. I will be out of here in a second. And I'm in the process of leaving, but I'm staying within 60 feet of Hero.
Okay.
So I can message her on my turn.
Okay. He looks at you and he goes, you should get the guards. I'm sure the gunshot's gonna bring people over here pretty soon, but just be careful. Okay.
Is Garrick helping us right now?
I think he's helping us.
I think Garrick just still has a crush on Haven.
You're right.
Let's take advantage of that, guys.
It says on the chart that he's asexual, not aromantic. He could totally be into Haven.
Let's take it. Alright, I'll just nod.
And I'm gonna, if they don't have a puppet, I'm gonna use like a smaller Garrick. You see, as he, as you sort of step out the window, you can see he takes out of his pack this tiny little, like marionette.
It's this fucking gift. It's a small version. That's a small version of me, Haven. I want you to have it.
Kill that thing.
But he's gonna use the rest of his movement to step into here. And you see just the little, like blank face, like smooth. It's like the face of the marionette looks like a neutral mask, but it's flat. There's no definitions to it. It just has little like blackened slits for eyes. And he steps through with his marionette. He goes, Hero, we don't want to hurt you, okay? Just cooperate, all right? If you want to respond, you.
Well, it seems like you want trouble, and I have a hard time believing you.
It's complicated, okay? Just if you all cooperate, and he sort of addresses the room more. Cooperate. Everyone can leave in one piece, okay? We don't want to do anything.
One Piece?
And the One Piece?
There's one kid in the corner who's like, oh my god, I fucking love One Piece.
Okay, transitioning over to Clemency.
Okay.
For the purposes of this is more of a conversation up until it is no longer a conversation.
Right.
And Trisk is very, very quietly speaking to you to not disrupt your two friends next to you. And Trisk.
Did the gunshot not wake them up?
No, I mean they're farther away.
Yeah, we're farther.
Yeah.
We're like
it would
down.
still hear like the pop, but it's not like everyone in the room literally had their like round taken away because they were woken up abruptly. Clemency just like heard the faint pop and saw the light from a distance. Like Clemency is not right outside the building, unfortunately. But Trisk goes, Clemency, we can do this a few different ways. I will ask you, will you cooperate? Come with me.
I think he's a little shell-shocked for a solid second there. And he like, he puts his hands up, just like showing he does not have any weaponry.
Wait, I thought his hands were trapped under the people sleeping on them.
Are they, Aspen?
I don't think so. We didn't establish that before, but
Yeah,
as you are moving,
I just vaguely remember that from last time.
As you're moving your hands, Trisk like moves the blades closer, like showing the like if you try and move, Trisk is ready to do something. So you sort of slowly move your hands, still laying on your back. Trisk is still like over top of you, basically. Goes up. Watch what you do with those hands, my friend.
I can't really do anything with them in the first place, honestly.
Well, Clemency, will you come with me?
If I come with you, if I cooperate, you're not going to hurt them.
Exactly. There's nothing that I want from them.
Are you gonna let me get up?
Yes. And Trisk lets you sort of like scooch yourself out.
Scooch.
But still is just holding the daggers in place. And as you're looking at Trisk, you see there's like a glow to her eyes. Like there's like a faint, like arcane glow that's sort of around probably all of it. It's hard to say specifically, but it glows faintly as she like looks around, and her eyes dart a little faster than you'd expect them to be able to.
Okay, as long as we just get up and put the knives away, I'll come with you.
I do need assurance that you're going to come with me. Now, what assurance can you give me that you're not going to alert anyone? See, now these people do give me that assurance. So, I will let you decide which one we take along.
Oh, fuck me. I think that Clem's mind is kind of racing for a second, but I think he recognizes that both him and Krashen really, really care about Yoni, and so I think he thinks that Krashen is going to understand if he does not put Yoni in danger. So he like nods his head towards Krashen.
Okay. And all right. And he nudges, or she like nudges Krashen a little bit. And Krashen sort of like startles awake a little bit, but she like holds his face. And you instantly see him like reach his hand out, and you can see a staff apparate in his hand.
Oh, I put my hands out like, stop.
Go ahead and make a persuasion check. This is like he's woken awake. He understands something is happening, and he's just like instinctual, and you're trying to like calm down that instinctual rage.
Oh my god, I got a 22.
Okay. You sort of, what actually, I'll let you describe. What do you think would calm him down in this moment? Trisk is literally like full palm over mouth, pressing head into the ground. Now that Krashen is like startled away, Krashen reaches out his hand, and you see this arcane staff appear.
I think that Clemency kind of moves forward and tells him, obviously whispered, hushed, like, stop or she's going to hurt Yoni.
Okay. He begins to calm down. And he goes, Clemency, what's happening?
It's gonna be okay. You're gonna be okay.
You're just a hostage.
She just needs assurance that I'm gonna cooperate with her and go with her, okay? And he can tell that Clemency is fucking terrified.
Yeah, he goes, okay, yeah. And Trisk goes, that staff comes with you no matter what, right? It, just apparates. So if I throw it, you'll get it back, right? And Krashen doesn't say anything. And Trisk looks at you, Clemency, and goes, I'm sure you've learned about this in class, right? Warlocks and whatnot. Some of them can apparate things. So, what should we do about that? And Krashen looks really frightened at what might happen next.
Yeah, I think that Clemency is going to tell her, we are not going to do anything to hurt him.
I'm not going to do anything to hurt him?
Please, I don't want anyone to get hurt.
And she pulls out rope. She goes, tie him up.
Oh.
We'll be moving. And as that happens, we will transition over to Haven.
Okay.
Haven, you are outside of the window, so you're outside of combat, sort of formally right now. What are you doing? You're just like on the roofing of the building. You're looking around. I'm assuming you're looking to see if you see Clemency.
Yeah.
Okay. How would you?
Is that an action, or because there's something else I can do? I think I'm actually going to do if that isn't free.
Whatever you want. What are you thinking?
How big is this building? And also, where does what's she called? What's the counselor called? The woman in charge. Where is she? No, the monk lady. Forget her name.
Oh, whoa! Yeah, I know who you're talking about. She's in this building. Maybe not. I'd say the building is sort of. Yeah, I'd say it's probably like a little more than double this length, because it's a
Gotcha.
long building full of things.
Mhm.
So you'd get the feeling that she's probably not within range.
Okay.
And what's your passive perception?
My passive is 11.
With an 11, there's some people outside that are like, it's dark, like you're sort of hidden right now, but you can see that there are some streetlights, and you can see that there are some people looking at this building already. So I think you would get the feeling that time is not on their side. If they're trying to do something in there, they
Yeah.
don't have much time to do it at all, especially because of that gunshot.
Okay.
Thank you, Zarek.
Then I think like knowing that, like there's no way I can get down from here and get Clem. Realistically, that's not going to happen.
You could.
So, and
Potentially.
things are. Bro, how the fuck am I going to get down? I have no way to get down. I can't.
There's different trees in the area
Mhm.
that you can like jump to and whatnot. So it's
Yeah.
it's definitely not impossible.
But unrealistic. That's like at least what's going through Haven's head. You know, it's unrealistic for me to do this.
It's up to you.
And there's more people in here that they could get. So what I'm gonna do is Garrick is I'm going to step out, go around the corner. So I'm kind of like got full visibility. And can I hold my action?
Mm-hmm.
Because if I stand here, what's his visibility? He's no longer looking at me, right? He's looking at the room. Because now I'm left.
Yeah. I would say the door. Actually, there is.
Or if I were to move to this window.
Yeah, there
Also,
is,
does
like, a line
Haven
of sight
see a
there.
certain person flying in the air?
Oh, yes.
With your 11 passive, you don't see her.
Yeah, fuck, I wouldn't. I have no idea she's there. I'm going to hold my action.
What action are you holding?
I'm going to hold my action to cast Sleep on Garrick.
Okay.
If he moves to make a spell or hurt anyone.
Okay. Sounds good.
And how much? I'm like, so do I have full cover right now from where I am?
Are you asking if he's under 100 hit points?
No. Oh god, I'm not. No,
How
do I have
does-
full cover? Like cover.
Oh, yeah. How does the sleep spell work? Don't you have to roll higher than their, like, HP?
Yes,
something?
but I do have 5d8 to do it.
Oh, okay, yeah, there's a really good chance.
So there's a good chance I could knock one out, but I don't want to do this if that's the case. And also, I want to be holding Nectar's action.
Okay.
So if your man moves, like at all, like a step
Mhm.
towards anyone, she's just gonna start like. This probably wouldn't do damage, but it would at least put him in like a distraction kind of thing. It's just
Also-
fucking start hitting around his face, you know, kind of like a bird or something just slapping around you.
I'll say it can cause
Interesting.
disadvantage on the
Mhm.
target he's intending to hit.
Yes.
Okay. Sounds good. It's Drakar's turn, and Drakar, seeing the like Nysra sort of stepped up, Zarek took a shot and is like didn't come out, didn't surrender. Garrick's there for
Well,
backup
I mean,
now.
He only said to surrender after he got shot.
Well, yeah. But he was like, if you guys want to not fight, pretty much just relax. And then you stayed hidden, and people don't seem like they're like, surrendering. So he's going to. I think he's gonna take an attack. Yeah. So Drakar is going to move in, and I
Okay.
think that would trigger
Nectar.
Nectar. Yeah. So Nectar starts just like swatting and going into him, and I'll say Nectar can make a what sort of check would you like to make for distraction? I'll say if you roll high enough, this will stop him from attacking his target.
Okay, and is that using her stats?
Yeah.
Hold on, I have not got her stats yet. Give me 2 seconds.
If you want, you can roll a d20, and she probably has like a +2, so you can add like a +2.
Okay. I will actually, yeah, because we need to figure out her stats because she's a custom. So would you say like maybe acrobatics for flying or?
Yeah, acrobatics sounds good.
Mm-hmm. Don't feel me, girl. All those dragon classes. Come on. She did not fail me. She got an 18.
Nice.
I did learn something in those fucking classes. Let's go, guys.
Perfect. Yeah, so she just starts swinging and pecking onto him, and he's going to just like slam like a massive like club hand basically onto Nysra, but he stops and he's instead going to take a swing at and you see
Do you want
his
to use
hand.
Pseudo Dragon for her, by the way?
Yeah, that works for
yeah,
this.
for now.
Okay. And so he is using yeah, he's gonna use Chill Touch.
Oh no.
On her.
No.
And he's going to swipe out, and that is he rolled really well on that one. 14 plus. I believe that is.
Yeah, that hits. That hits.
So he just slams this like icy cold hand onto her, and that's so lucky. That should have been a 7. It's laying in the middle, but it's a 3. I don't know.
Okay, cool. She's still up.
Yeah. So
she's
he
still up.
just like slaps
Everyone in this room just saw this guy hit an
her.
animal. They're all gonna kill him.
A beautiful pink dragon. That's still not even full grown. It's still got its feathers, you know?
Oh.
He's killing. Yeah. Wow. What a piece of shit, right?
Terrible. But he just slaps onto her. You can see a bunch of people start like getting up to move around, and everyone's really tense. There's a few people that are just sort of like frozen in place. Zarek, you're up.
All right. I guess Zarek's basically gonna charge in. As he approaches, he's gonna. You know what? Yeah, he's gonna go ahead as he's approaching. He'll take a shot. And somehow I have Hero Sheet up and not Zarek's. So he's gonna take another shot. And that's a dirty 20.
Nice. Yeah, that's gonna hit.
And that's 11 points of damage.
Nice. That's pretty hefty too.
All right. And
that's a second
Zarek
gunshot.
attempt to use the martial arts class feature, which if he makes an attack roll on his he can make an unarmed strike as a bonus action?
Sure.
All right. Then Zarek's going to basically, I guess, run up. Since our friendly dragon was trying to distract him, can Zarek have be flanking?
Unfortunately, no.
All right. Well, he's still going to try and punch the guy.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a 13.
Nice. 13 just hits.
Okay, so he's a 13 armor class.
So that's 5 points of damage.
Nice.
16, that's pretty good.
Yeah, that's pretty good. He looks pretty rough. Perfect. Yeah, you sort of shoot into him, and you see actual like bits of scale shoot off, and there's like bits of blood. I mean, that definitely hurt him. And then you come up and wail onto him, and you see now he's locked in on you. Okay. You now see Zryan come in, and you hear a crash through a window.
Which direction?
Here.
All right.
You hear a crash through a window, and you just hear as she.
So I guess
Blows
Zarek
out.
could actually see that when she
Yeah,
came in.
She comes into the room. She's not being stealthy. Flies into the room, and just wings fluttered out. She is going. Yeah, how much more movement does she have? Yeah, she could be there still. And she's going to attempt to grab this girl here.
No, girl from our class that we've never talked to.
Unknown girl, no! How could you?
No.
Her name is Zyra.
Or at least it was.
Yeah, it was not for
Girl,
long.
help. We're all friends here. I'm hoping that people will defend each other.
Yeah, I mean,
It has to be anyone.
She looks scared. A lot of these people haven't seen combat. Not everyone was there, during the chaos of everything.
Cool.
And,
now we're gonna give them PTSD because they didn't have it before, but they're gonna have it now.
Basically. So this girl gets sort of grappled, and Zorian goes, "Anyone who has any information on Clemency, share it now, or she dies." And you can see the girl that was sitting next to her. I saw her, and I saw Clemency and Yoni and Crashin. They all were outside somewhere. I don't know anything more than that though.
What a fucking.
I don't know anything.
To me it.
And Zorian goes, "Is that so? Where'd you see them?" And the girl is just fucking sobbing. She's like, "I don't know. They were talking outside, so maybe they're in a different dorm or something. I don't know. But they're not here. We swear." And Zorian goes, "All right then." And she just knocks out the girl that she's holding.
Oh my god.
So she snaps her neck, okay.
Falls limp to the ground. She doesn't kill her, but she knocks her unconscious and just drops her onto the ground.
Which bitch ratted me out? I want to know.
It was this one.
She was my friend. She was in my study group. I remember her.
I don't know.
I put her to sleep.
Do you see it pinging?
No, but I know.
There we go. I do now.
But
yeah.
That was the one who did it.
She was my fucking friend. What the fuck?
Yeah. And
sorry, I'm too occupied by shooting the alligator to shoot her.
My friends are bad. One is trying to kill us, and the other has just snitched on us. Right? The Bard class, we gotta write them all off. None of them are good.
And she just runs over and just grabs her.
Her name is Zephyr. I just looked her up in the
on
folder.
The ground. Yeah. All right. Give me 2 seconds, okay?
No.
Up next is Hero. If you want to think about what you're doing.
Okay. Hey, he's gone. We have time to plan for a second.
Okay, I do have a genuine kind of a plan, because she asked Clemency to tie up Crashin. Clemency was a sailor. Clemency knows knots, including knots that are quick release.
Ooh.
I know knots that are quick release. As a Girl Scout, I know a lot of knots.
I just always use the taunt line hitch for everything.
It's a good hitch.
So, yeah,
when I was
it is.
When I was doing sailing, I used the mooring hitch a lot. Obviously, because it's for fucking mooring.
Yeah, that's kind of a key part there.
Square knots.
Quick question. I don't think there's any point in finding Clem. I think everyone here is gonna die. In a second. If things go bad.
Zarek has 3 rounds where he's very difficult to kill.
Yeah, the thing is...
Because if you remember what he got from his dad...
Oh yeah.
2 gunshots
Since he
have
has the
already
shield
gone off in
necklace.
this building. There is going to be a shit ton of people going outside running to get the guards because there's gunshots.
Especially
And-
because everyone's traumatized and the guards are on high alert.
Yeah, and Clemency is close enough to the building to see the window and see it flash.
So hopefully someone will maybe run across them. If we're
Exactly.
lucky.
And
Yeah.
if all else fails, I have it in my notes that Clemency is going to ask Esme for help.
Okay, yeah. So I think sleep is one of our own. Is one of our own, probably our most reliable way to knock someone out of the fight. We get that twice.
I have I think
it's worth even saying.
I think I have 4 things of inspiration right now. So that will be very, very good if I want to actually try and hit Trisk.
Yeah,
Because
you can handle yourself.
She does not want to kill me. Because clearly Brimstone probably wants me alive. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Haven, you can call my dad. You have my dad's number.
Do I?
I think so.
Oh,
yeah.
I do, because I rang him on my phone.
Yeah. You have my dad's number. Tell my dad.
Bro, your dad is not getting anywhere near the school if there's a school shooting. There's going to be a lockdown.
But Dawson is outside of the school and can tell city guards. So if they try to leave the city with me,
they're gonna make a run for the airship thing again if they take
exactly.
it.
I need to think realistically if Haven's going to think of that. Because my thing is right now, priority is keeping everyone in the room alive.
I mean, that's the exact reason why Zarek just is basically going in blazing.
Yeah,
420.
I need to... Exactly, I need a rule, because things are now going bad, and it looks like people are going to die immediately, and it's like, do we focus on this, and can we trust Clem to kind of...
And there's also the thing of, I'm pretty sure all of our characters are, if we're being honest, traumatized by the terrorist attack.
Yeah.
And that's going to change how everyone acts.
I would really hope that Clemency has been nice enough to everyone that they would want to defend him, but whatever.
We also have just been told you murdered a room full of people when you were 8. You can handle yourself. You'll be fine.
To be fair, from our point of view, Clem is safe. And the threat is in the room.
Because no one has noticed that Trisk isn't there yet.
We should probably start rolling for that, to be fair.
But again, it's one rogue. You know what I mean?
Exactly. You can take Trisk. You can take Trisk. You will be fine.
Hello.
Hey, we're planning. Go away.
Hello. All right.
We're planning.
So it is now Hero's turn. Hero, what are you doing? You see Zarek engaging Drakkar. You see Ryan come in, knock this girl out, and seemingly in the process of going to leave now.
So wait, who's currently in the process of leaving? All of them, or?
Just Ryan. So the bird person that flew in.
Okay, so Big Alligator is still.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna use heroism so Nicer can get more temp hit points. It's not a lot.
Okay.
It's 3, but it's something. And probably say to I already forgot his name. Big alligator guy.
Drakkar.
Drakkar. Clem's not here. Might as well just leave. I'm imagining people are gonna start showing up because of the commotion.
Okay. Go ahead. I'll say you can make a persuasion check if you'd like.
Also, how's he looking?
He's pretty hurt.
11.
With an 11. Yeah. he sees that Zryan is looking at him and starting to move. Garrick also looks like he is like disinterested. Like he's just standing there. He hasn't really moved too much. Barely in the doorway, you know. He goes, I don't think he actually responds at all. You see he's still pretty engaged with Zarek, actually. But okay. It is there anything else you want to do? You cast the spell on Nystra. Do you want to use your movement at all?
If I move, do I get the idea Nystra would move? Because I don't think I'll be able to like grab her and like pull her back or anything, right?
Yeah, you get the feeling that she would follow you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I want to try to get to my room.
Okay.
To try to grab a weapon.
Okay.
Just in case.
Sounds good. Yeah. You go to move, and Nystra goes, I'll be right behind you, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And you start heading out. And Nystra's going to use the disengage action. So she goes to move, and Drakkar doesn't even look at her. He's looking directly at Zarek.
To be fair, getting shot probably is very distracting.
Yeah. And she's going to use the rest of her movement also to get into the room. Okay. He is going to get up, and he is going to head around here, as well as he. These are two. He is a paladin. This guy right here is a paladin. This guy's a fighter. And they're both gonna attempt to take swings at Zryan.
Good.
The paladin connects. You can see just like bare fist, just punches her straight in the beak. And then the Laxel is also going to attempt to take a swing, but she just flaps her wings and is able to evade it. Rainia is like frozen. Like Rainia is just sort of like doesn't know what to do, is just panicking. And you can see the bard friend next to her is in the process of trying to like snap her out of it. And see, nope. He uses his whole action to just try and shake her. He's like, Rainia, we need to move. And she's just like sitting there, just like blank faced. I think Hero, you like with him trying to like snap her out of it, I think you would turn around and you would just see the blank look on your sister's face. Just nothing. And then he is going to also attempt to run towards Zarek. He's going to take a swing at him.
You mean towards Garrick?
Garrick, yeah, I did say Garrick. He's like, actually, I'm a part of it. No, he's gonna swing at Garrick. And he actually does manage to connect, and he just clocks Garrick right in the face. And Garrick just sort of like reels back just a little bit, just honestly sort of seemingly like in shock. And it is now Garrick's turn, and Garrick is going to you see he like stumbles back a little bit, and he's going to sort of maneuver his puppet a little bit. You can see he holds his hand out, and you can see these purple strands sort of like almost like spiders shooting webs. You're gonna cast sleep.
I cast my healthy action. If you cast something, sleep goes off.
Yeah, you see as like his hands come out, and you can see the puppet begin to start to move, and these like little purple tendrils shoot out and connect. Hero,
Okay.
you cast sleep at him.
Hero.
I'm really proud of my
Yeah,
team
he's
here.
gonna,
Even, yeah,
he's
I'm
gonna
all
burst through the window, burst through the door. Okay, it's a 20-foot. Where's that little ruler? A line, a circle. Okay. So let me just cast. Oh god, this is big. Shit, this is way bigger than I thought this was gonna be. Okay. Let's just put it roughly there, right? Okay, I gotta try aim this. Oh, right. Okay. How do I keep it? Okay, Zinger, sorry. I need to figure out how to do this. Well, not catching anyone else.
You can choose who the hit points go to, can't you?
It's a
It
20.
starts with
No,
the creature
it's
with the
lowest.
lowest, which could hilariously be possibly the alligator.
That's true.
You just have
Yeah.
to make sure that. But I think the key part is making sure that it doesn't catch you or Zarek in the circle.
Yeah, hold on. I'm trying to figure out why can't I fucking move this? Come on, dude. It won't let me move
You
it.
just have to make a new one each time.
Do you? That's
Yeah.
gonna be an
Well,
absolute
it's a
pain in the
20-foot
ass.
wide. It's not 20-foot radius.
Oh, okay. So actually, that's fine. Then I could probably put it in the middle here. Okay. Yeah, if I put it like in this part.
Mhm.
Yeah, then that should work out. Okay. So can I only catch Garrick in that, or am I gonna? I catch Rufus as well. I think if I put it there.
Mhm.
Yep, and-
I'd say
Okay.
if you want to just catch Garrick in it, you can.
Thank you. Okay, so I'm gonna roll 5d8, and if if that covers his hit points,
Okay.
he's
Yep.
asleep, and then as
And
long as he
also,
doesn't take
That's
damage,
his
he will be
current
awake.
hit points after having had damage dealt to him.
That's true.
It is. Okay, 5d8. Let's hope the god reroll high. Oh, I see an 8 in there. Okay, 29. Oh, that was,
Oh
I
my
rolled
God.
well. I rolled
Oh my
well.
God. You see, as
Oh,
you
that
pull
was 2
out your
8s and a
stand,
7.
what is it? What does the spell look like as you're casting it? Like, how does your sleep spell take effect? How does your bardic influence sort of cast it?
I think Haven is panicking and she's scared, and now she's behind the window. She doesn't have to like pretend not to be scared. So I think she's just like fumbling in her bag and grabbing like the first instrument, like whatever she can find, and it's like that same lullaby she played, but you can hear it kind of becoming more frantic, a little bit more frantic than it usually is.
Okay.
And kind of like squeakier. And that kind of just, you can hear it like, well, you know, you would think maybe behind the window it'd be a bit muffled, but it's like clear as day what's going on, and you can hear it through the walls.
I just
Yeah.
mentally want to see him get like clobbered with a floating music note.
And a music note comes in and smacks him in the face.
You guys all hear this lullaby begin to float through the space, and you see this like haze of music notes, and just like it's like a purplish pinkish like haze that just begins to wash over, that just holds these notes. And as Zarek is about to fully connect with this puppet, and begin to sort of manipulate
Wait,
it
have
and
what
move
ability now?
Zarek has a puppet.
Zarek, fucking Garrick.
I mean, it was your choice to make the character have a similar name.
I know.
Yeah, you chose that.
I did it to myself. I like the challenge. But you see that Garrick, as he's connecting, just begins to slowly, his eyes begin to get heavy, and he just falls to the ground asleep.
Okay.
Honk, shoe,
Nice.
me.
Nice. Okay, he's out for, I believe, 10 turns. I remember.
Perfect.
How long is it? Yeah, he's out for 10 turns.
This one looks like. So he just
Does he roll?
falls onto the ground.
Yeah. Yeah, he also does not, like, he does not roll saves or anything with this. He is just asleep until someone attacks him.
It's just out. Now
Such
over
a good
to-
spell, man. Such a
over
good
to
spell.
Clemency. Alright, so you have tied up
Yeah.
crack.
Clem is a sailor's son. He knows his way around knots. He actually ties the ropes. He's really anxious. He ties them so tight with a mooring hitch that it kind of hurts Crashin a little bit, and he has to apologize.
And Trisk goes, okay, once we're on the ship, we'll let you go. Okay, Crashin? Just do us a favor and cooperate until then. All right? And he nods, and you guys begin walking. And you guys see that there's guards starting to move around. And Trisk sort of pulls you both in, like behind a tree and behind a bush. Goes, what the fuck are they doing? And you can see guards are now rushing into the building.
Do any of the guards rush in the general vicinity of that group?
Of Clemency? They're hiding from them.
Mm-hmm.
And the commotion is
I'm
not
asking because I'm not sure if you are familiar with a mooring hitch.
No, I'm not.
It's a quick release hitch.
Yeah, fuck you, bitch.
Okay.
I'm not gonna pull it quite yet. It is a mooring. That is what a mooring hitch does. It's a sailor's knot. I know it. I've used it before.
And it would be very in character for Clem to know it.
Yes.
Yeah. No, that does make
You've
sense.
literally told me that my dad has taught me knots, so I could help when we were sailing.
So he
No,
basically Clem will need or Nyx will need to know if any opportunity to trigger that pops up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Let
think
me see what subclass Trisk is, because I think Trisk is a swashbuckler. So I think Trisk also might know, but I need to double check. Nope, Trisk is not a swashbuckler. Trisk has no idea.
The sailing.
Yeah. So Trisk looks at that and goes, "Okay." And then you guys are sort of in the bush, and you see Trisk just processing.
Clem is going to lower his voice, so obviously guards rushing past because they're running and they're wearing armor. They're fucking clanking.
Mm-hmm.
I think that he's gonna lower his voice and just say, Trisk, I know that you don't want to hurt anyone. I just want to graduate. I don't know what you want. I don't know what the people that you are doing this for want. But I just want to go to college. This is gonna kill my dad.
Would you have told Crashin? Would you have motioned to Crashin about the knot?
I think so.
Okay.
Because the way that a mooring hitch works is it's like a quick release tied really tight, and depending on the orientation of how his hands are tied, he could grab the release and do it himself.
Okay. Crashin goes, listen, I don't know what you want with Clem, but we just need to get out of here, and there's guards everywhere, okay? Just let us go, and no one has to get hurt.
Please.
And Trisk takes a deep breath.
You're a good person. I know that you are.
Well, there are a lot of guards, so it would be difficult for all of us to make it out of here. And she's going to just stab Crashin directly.
Oh my god, no. Can I put my hand out and grab her?
Go ahead and make a contested dexterity check.
Oh, against a rogue fucking lovely.
Against her to hit.
Oh, I got a 9.
Got a 9. Oh. That's not super good. Oh, let me do that.
I have a plan. Don't worry, guys.
You try your best, and you only manage to grab her wrist as it's already in Crashin's stomach.
Can I cast Inflict Wounds?
Sure. Is that a
I'm
to hit
fucking-
spell?
It is a touch spell, but yes, I need to roll to hit.
Perfect. Okay.
I have 17.
17. Go ahead and roll that at disadvantage.
My disadvantage. So roll it again.
I do miss how 3.5 had both touch
I
spells
got an
versus
11.
normal.
An 11 doesn't hit.
Can I use inspiration?
Yeah.
Do I need to roll a disadvantage again, or is it just a straight roll?
I think you would technically, yeah, it would still be at disadvantage because you haven't made contact yet. So yes.
Okay. I'm trying to remember like the general range of like a rogue armor class. It's not that good. Hold on, I'm petting my cat. Simon,
Good
you gotta
luck.
believe in me. I'm trying to hurt one of your brethren, but it's fine.
Yeah, that cat's a bitch though.
Does a 15 hit?
15 is exactly what you needed.
Yes!
You see, as you go and like you grab on, and as you go to cast the spell, you can see Trisk's eyes sort of light up. And right before you cast the spell, she twists her hand out, and you go to reach for it, and you see as you're about to make contact again, her eyes sort of light up and dart around, and you're just able to grab on, even though it's almost like it's this like premonition like
Right.
state. She's just able to just see things directly before they happen, giving her a slight edge.
That's
But
super
you
cool.
managed to grab on and make contact.
Okay.
Why is this not?
So that is...
This is very stressful.
Yeah, this is super
Very
stressful.
stressful.
Okay, so that's 3d10 necrotic damage. I'm gonna pet you again. I hope you do not mind. He seems to mind me petting him a lot. He's biting my hand. He seems to be awful cross with me. Aspen, can you tell my cat to stop biting me?
Unfortunately, I can't do that. How much damage did you do though?
That is gonna be 22 points of necrotic damage.
That's pretty good.
And I'm also going to stand up and yell.
Okay.
Help.
Sounds good. So you
This
sort
also
of
applies
grab
to
onto
Esme.
Trish. You said 22.
Yes.
She looks pretty hurt. Do. Sorry, I'm just trying to get the page to load.
You're good.
Okay. So Trisk looks pretty hurt with that. You sort of yell. You see a few guards coming over, and Trisk goes, "You should focus on your friend." And she's going to use her movement to dash away.
I am not. Right before she dashes away, come and see. And he sounds so sincere. It's so sad when he says, "I'm sorry."
Oh.
And then he's gonna focus on Crashen.
Sure. Yeah, Trisk just runs away. Crashen's just like hunched over, in pain.
Clemency keeps saying, like, "You're gonna be okay. You're gonna be okay. You're gonna be okay."
In the top of the round, all of you guys in the house can start to hear like commotion from underneath you. Zryan screams out to Drakkar, "We need to go. It's time." And Haven, You're up
Mhm.
first. You hear the commotion. What are you doing? You see
Okay.
Garrick is asleep.
Actually,
Okay.
don't let them take Garrick with them. We need him to interrogate.
I have no intentions of letting that happen. Don't you
Good.
fucking worry. Because sleep is not a concentration spell. I just looked it up. I can cast it again. Okay. So, is it difficult terrain for me to get through the window? Like, can I just run through?
I mean,
No, yeah, I'll say you can pop the window open.
if you get a natural
Given-
one, you faceplant, you break a nail.
I like fall off the roof and I die.
As is the way.
Okay, I'm gonna tuck myself there. Haven is just who was her friend and is now shaking and crying and is not doing great mentally, but that's okay. Okay, I think just pure locking in, because I haven't actually seen any of the commotion in the house yet, have I?
No, not yet.
No.
Drop my fucking head.
Okay. I'm gonna like tuck myself there. He's in my class. Is this guy in the monk class or my class? I forget.
I'm pretty sure he's in the bard class.
Yeah, I'm going to look at him and say, get out of here. Just go through the window. And then,
Are you sure?
yes, go.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, just go. Fucking go.
Yeah, and on his turn, he's gonna run.
Yeah. Okay. Then I'm gonna have Nectar do what she did last time. On your man.
Mhm. Okay.
So she's gonna start flapping out at his face. I'm gonna whisper in my ring. Fucking get him, girl. Get him, girl.
I'm out of immediate danger. I'm fine.
And then do I have to roll for her doing that? Is that another sleight of hand?
If you want, it can give disadvantage for his next roll.
Yes, I want to do that.
Cool. So bonus action, sort of command Nectar.
Be a
and
pain
then
in the ass. And then I'm going to cast sleep on him as well.
Good idea.
Okay.
We're
Go for
letting
it.
the girl members of the party win because we love women.
I'm very scared because I'm like, yeah, I'll just poke my head out and cast sleep.
Well, it's working.
Oh, still really good. 23.
Nice.
Not as great as last time.
You see he's like about to start going for Zarek, and you can see he shrinks down in size and falls asleep.
Fuck
Yeah,
yeah!
let's fucking go.
Let's go.
Okay. And quickly, would you let me do this as a free action?
What is it?
Can I actually no? I was just can I close the door? But then I realized, oh wait, no, I locked your guy out. I locked him out.
But he falls asleep and just goes down hard.
Okay.
And it is now Hero's. Sorry, it's Drakar's turn, who is asleep. So it is now Zarek's turn. Zarek, what do you do?
I guess when Drakar starts collapsing and sets Garrick is down 2. Right now, Zarek's just focused on the group that says that they're after Clem, so he's now focused on Birdie Girl. So he's going to start rounding the corner, and I checked he has enough movement to get there. But as he starts coming around, he's going to let off a shot at her before he gets into hand-to-hand range.
Okay.
Monks are so cracked, it's insane.
That's only an 11.
11 does not hit. You shoot out, and she ducks out of the way.
Well, he'll still run up and throw hands.
Sure. I'd say you have flanking because of
Nice.
the paladin across from you.
Alright. That's a 17 to hit then.
17 hits.
Get her. Me and the
That's
boys
7
beating
points
the
of
shit out of a
bludgeoning.
woman.
Nice. You just punch into her, and she's definitely feeling it. It like rocked her right in the ribs, and you can see her forewing flapping up. Is there anything else you can do with your turn?
That is it.
All right. On her turn, she's gonna use her action to disengage. And she's
How,
going to-
Actually, before she tries to run out, how tall is the roof here? Because she's surrounded.
What do you mean?
I mean,
Yeah, she's gonna take
Uh,
so many attacks up. Oh no, she won't.
no, I mean, even disengaging, wouldn't it be at least, since she basically has to force her way through this guy? Unless she goes basically, I mean, since she has a person on each side, I don't think she can fly up and over because the roof's not high enough.
I think you can move through people's space.
I think it counts as, doesn't it count as
Not
like difficult terrain or something?
I
Unless
think
it's an
sort of
ally,
like
I
your
think so.
allies space.
Yeah,
I think it
she
is.
has a crazy amount of movement, so she can
Well,
absolutely
yeah.
move 30 feet to the window.
And I mean, the first thing I'm seeing when I pop it up is moving through a hostile creature's space is generally not allowed unless the creature is 2 sizes larger or smaller than you.
She's gonna move this way then, because these guys aren't engaging her. She's just unconscious.
Can
This
hop
one
the
is
couch.
controlling. Yeah.
I thought that the Foxy person was trying to stop her.
No, Foxy is just trying to help the fucking unconscious girl. But Zorion is then going to fly, and you can see the second pair of wings just like glimmers when she moves, and she's going to fly through and out the window, and you just hear little bits of broken glass moving through as she is out.
So I will say we shouldn't leave initiative yet because Zarek is totally going to run to the window and.
That's fun. And Garrick is asleep. Clemency, what are you doing? You see Trisk seemingly like disappearing into the darkness as Crashin is just sitting there.
I think that Clemency, because there are guards running over, they heard me yell. Clem is going to put a hand on Crashin's wound and try to cast Healing Word.
Okay.
That's what kind of roll?
So that is a spell that you don't know, correct? Yes. So go ahead and roll an Arcana roll. Is that a leveled spell?
This is level 1, yeah.
So you have to beat a DC 11.
DC 11.
And just make sure that goes through on the campaign thing.
Yeah, got it. Ooh, I got an 11!
Nice!
We win!
There we go! You see Crashin, like, going in and out of consciousness. Because that was technically like a
he only gets 4 hit points back, but it's hit points.
Yeah, but he was like about to fall unconscious, and you sort of stabilize him, bring him back up. He's still bleeding a little bit, but he's much better. What are you doing?
He is going to, make sure he's still bleeding, but he is not going to go unconscious. And he just fucking hugs him so tight, and he starts crying and saying that he's sorry.
Yeah, he gives you a big hug. And guards run over and they go, What's going on? What happened?
Clemency points in the direction that Trisk ran, and he says, someone tried to kidnap me, and they tried to use him as a hostage. They ran that direction. She said that they had a ship.
And he shouts for a few guards to come along, and a patrol of guards runs out in that direction.
And then I'm gonna try to get back to Yoni with Crashin.
Sure. Yeah. And you guys all, begin to move back towards where you guys originally were.
I heal him, so now he's gay for me.
That's
how that works.
And then top of the round is Haven. What are you doing? Combat? people that you see are no longer in combat. Is
Well,
there anything you would like?
Tiro never got a chance to go.
Yeah,
Oh,
I was
the
about to
hero?
ask.
Oh, I'm so sorry. That's my fault. Hero, what would you like to do?
It sounds like everything's kind of clearing up anyways. She's still gonna go for her weapon in the room.
Sure.
And I mean, you got a window right here, and you've got a bow, so maybe you can see the birdie girl.
Yeah, let's see.
Since you probably noticed her try and flee.
Yeah, let's see if we can do that. If we can get the bow and then see if she can take a little shot at the birdie.
Sure. Yeah, you take a look at your window. Go ahead and make a perception.
19.
With a 19, you confidently looking around don't see her in front of you.
Okay, I'm still gonna grab have the weapon just in
Mhm.
case, and then kind of come back into this room and get an idea of, what's going on.
Sure. Yeah, you go in. You still see your sister out of it. You can see some of your friends here just sort of being like, what happened? This girl's unconscious. This guy is trying to help her.
If she's able to, she's gonna run up to her sister and kind of start consoling her.
Sure. Yeah, what would you say to her?
Like, hey, it's okay. Everything's gonna be okay.
And she just gives you a big hug. Yeah. Okay, now to Haven.
Okay. Kind of just looking out into the room. Haven just kind of pokes her head around and goes, okay, they're out for a minute. Everyone get out. We don't know when they're going to wake up. We don't know when the guards are here. We should go.
People start moving out.
And then I want to start. I'll just start with Garrick. I'm taking spell components.
Mm-hmm.
Just grabbing the spell components, grabbing a sheet, and just tying them up.
Sure. Yeah.
I don't think we can let them get away. Because they're just gonna keep coming back.
Yeah. Grab his stuff. He only has one of his marionettes on him. And he just has his basic spell components. And you sort of tie him up.
And I'm just crying. I'm just apologizing and being like, I'm so sorry. I did not want to do this.
Oh. Zarek, you're heading towards the window? You head towards the window. Go ahead and make a perception check. With an 8, you don't see her, and you're not sure if you are missing her or if she's not there or what, but unfortunately you don't see anyone. And I think with that, we will transition out of combat.
Yippee.
Oh, I guess I was on mute. But I think at that point in time, Zarek probably has a oh shit Clem moment. And he's going to basically just start running out the window because he normally gets into this area from the window. And he's basically starting to run around the roof trying to see if he can see Clem.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and make another perception check as you're sort of looking around, looking for Clemency.
18.
Then 18. You can see Clemency, Yoni, and Crashen are making their way back into the building. As you're sort of looking around, you can hear guards running up to the top and sort of screaming orders at people. You hear swords being drawn. It's just confusion. People are leaving and coming up the stairs at the same time, sort of running into each other. It's this what the fuck is happening?
I think also when Zarek sees Clem, he's basically going to shout out towards him, Clem, the flyer got away. Get into cover or to the guards fast. And then he'll start heading to.
So fake.
Yeah, It can be hard to try and get into his voice at times.
You're good.
What do you guys do? Like, what would you guys say to the guards as like everything starts to get settled with the people like leaving the stairs? Guards come up and begin question you guys. What do you guys do?
Am I back in the room at this point?
I'd say you're coming up the stairs. At this point, you're not quite there. Guards would probably stop you before you made it all the way up and would talk to you.
I guess.
Are they being like hauled off? Are they being like Garrick and your mom?
They don't know what's happening. So like they don't know who's at fault,
yeah.
you know.
When Zarek sees them run into the room, he'll also shout something similar to them that he did at Clem, that basically the kidnapper's flyer got away and Clem's still outside and he was their target.
Okay. Yeah, a few guards sort of break away and would head to go outside and see like what's going on, and then a few moments later they go, "We have Clemency. He's okay. He's in questioning right now. What happened here?" And you can now hear there's like commotion from like people looking outside, like because people from the dorms like just hear boots and swords and chainmail, and there's like kids that were there that are now outside that are, some of them are crying, and so it's like the dorm itself is now like attracting a bunch of attention, so there's just people around. And what do you guys say to the guards?
I think Haven's still like, I think she's, you know, hyperventilating. Not really. Like, she's trying to say this is probably not coming out clear. Like, they're only asleep for a minute. You have. They're the people who broke in. I'm sorry.
Okay. And they like get they get some information from Paul. They sort of chain up, manacle and shackle Garrick and Drakkar. Like as they're being like moved out, you can see Garrick starts to wake up. He goes, "What the fuck?"
Sorry. I'm so sorry.
And he just like looks at the shackles and he looks at the guards who are like shoving him out of the room. It's fine. It's fine. And
Personally,
Drakkar
not the
seems...
reaction I would be. I would have to be arrested.
It's all good, bro. It's fine. It's all good.
Drakkar
It's just a Tuesday for Garrick.
Yeah. This is like third attempt.
Is not happy. He starts like trying to thrash around, and the guards just sort of like hold him in place. And they move them out. What do you guys do with the rest of the night once you guys all sort of reunite once more?
Clemency's gonna call his dad.
Yeah.
I think before Clemency can do anything, if he comes into the room, Zarek practically tackles him.
Oh
in a
my
hug.
goodness.
Big group hug.
Clement
After that,
asks
though,
if everything is okay.
No.
Oh.
No, it's not.
They said they were going after you, and
yeah, no, I know.
they were a lot stronger than they should have been. And I think also at this point in time, I know at least Zarek's pretty much just sort of bonelessly collapsed onto the couch, because I think he was probably running off of adrenaline, especially with the comparison to the terrorist attack. So it's like one of those times where it's like if you've been under a lot of stress and then it goes away, but you haven't had any sleep yet and you just feel like you're just dead on your feet. That's sort of his state right now.
Right.
But yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna call Dashan.
Sure. Yeah, you Yoni is sort of sitting with Krashen and helping like with his wounds. and you head into your room to go call your dad. Bring, 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 bring.
And it's like fucking
And-
4 a.m. or whatever.
So wait, is Clem trying to go into his room? Are you trying to close the door?
Yes.
Zare
You don't have a
might
mattress
freak
in there,
out
dude.
slightly about that
You don't have a-
and sort of
you don't have a
rush
mattress.
over to try and keep you from closing the door. It's like, Clem, you just got kidnapped. Can you just don't leave line of sight?
Okay, no, I'll leave it open. I'll leave it open a little bit. I just need to call my dad. I'm okay. I'm okay now. My sweet baby, he's so cute. Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
gonna
you
call
call
my-
your
my
dad
papa.
and he answers, and he goes, howdy, Clem. What are you, what's going on? You alright?
No,
What's going on, Clem? What happened?
kids from Brimstone just tried to kidnap me.
Okay, Clem, I will be right there, alright?
Okay.
Alright. You stay tight, you make sure you stay around your friends. Alright?
Okay.
Who knows about it?
Probably
Like
the
the guards know?
Of course we called the guards.
Okay, good. Make sure you don't leave their side, okay?
Okay.
Alright,
Didn't the
I'll see
guards
you in a
already
little
leave?
bit. They're still like they're around. It's not like the guards are like, all right, you guys are fine. Like there's heavy guard presence in the building now, just not in your room. But he goes, all right, Clem, I'll see you in a little bit, and he hangs up. Okay. Anything else you guys want to do tonight? Yoni is pretty speechless. Like she doesn't say anything. She's pretty quiet. Crashin is also equally pretty quiet. Is pretty like wounded and bruised.
Clem just will not stop apologizing to him, to both of them.
Crashin is like, Clem, it's okay. It's fine. It's not your fault, right?
It is
That's
my
fine.
fault.
It's okay. It's not you. You know, it's fine. Let's just talk about it tomorrow, okay?
Okay.
Haven will also put out there because like she's just I think this whole room is now just a bad memory, and it's kind of like that all happened within a minute, and it was really scary. And I think it's like, do we have to stay here tonight? Could we go to maybe someone else's dorm, or like to the tavern, or just anywhere else but here?
I don't
want to be here.
Go anywhere else. I shouldn't go anywhere
Oh,
else.
Okay. But I still think we should stay together then.
Yeah. Nysra just sort of holds just Hero's hand. Goes if you guys want, we could go back to my dorm. But I don't know. I think there are a lot of guards here, so I do think this is the safer place. Fortunately. You know. So I don't think they would try and come back, but if we all left and went to my dorm or went to like the tavern, it's still pretty late. So, and honestly, I don't even know if the guards would let us leave.
Yeah, they probably wouldn't.
And they have
It'd be good to
the
stay.
fire's still out there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry.
Yeah, this might be a
I'm
sign
sorry.
to stop throwing parties. They seem kind of cursed at this point.
Yeah.
He just starts fucking crying.
Oh god. Clemency immediately goes to comfort her and tell her it's okay.
Kira does not laugh, but she does go, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to.
If it helps, like I invited them in the first place, and I was stupid enough to be their friend. So this is way more on me than anything else. So
you're not stupid, Haven. It's fine.
I feel stupid.
I'm not.
And then even if that is the case, I just got one of my friends arrested, and that doesn't feel great either. The other guy, I don't give a shit about.
Yoni, as soon as you say one of your friends, she goes, "How could you want to be friends with him?
They were my friends.
His people
He was my
literally
friend.
tried to kill Clemency. They tried to kill Crashen. They would have killed all of you. How could you even call them a friend?"
They were a friend.
Yeah, but not anymore, right?
No.
She goes, "I'm gonna go to sleep."
Okay.
And
Yeah, I'm gonna.
she heads off.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to my room.
Take
And
Clem
just
with
cry.
you. In fact, you should just stay in Clem's room. Your window's broken.
She closes the door.
Now's not the time, Zarek.
Well, either she or Crashen needs to be in there with you. You don't get to be alone tonight.
I need to wait for my dad to get here.
As long as someone... They just as long as there's someone.
Crashen goes, maybe we all should just take turns doing watch or something. Like, and we all can just sleep out here or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that Clem is just kind of obviously a little bit in shell shock for what just happened. And he eventually does kind of just say that, like, I attacked her. Like, I hurt Trisk.
I'm sorry, Clem.
And then she ran away, and I didn't know what to do.
And Crashen goes, she tried to kill me, and you stopped her. Okay. You did the right thing, even though it was like a hard thing. Okay.
I'm sorry.
You technically saved me. If that makes you feel any better, you hurt one person and you saved another. Okay.
And it's not like you killed her, so, and...
Yeah.
I'm sure that if she's injured, she'll be easier for the guards to find and catch.
Yeah.
Honestly, it was probably out of character, but it's probably a good thing that Haven cast sleep on the alligator guy, because otherwise there was a very good chance that Zarek might have killed him in the next round, depending on his health.
Yeah.
Oh, he was gonna fuck Zarek up. Nah.
Zarek has the shield spell from his
true.
necklace.
That is true.
So that'd be an
What do you
AC of 19.
What do you mean? Hero didn't hurt him enough? Like, she did, like, so much damage.
Yeah. It was really Hero who won the battle for us.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
My one damage needs to be acknowledged here.
Dude, sleep is a sick ass spell. Sleep is such a good spell when you're like level 1. Just handles everything for you. No saves, you just need to roll good.
Of course, when you asked about if they were like under 100 hit points or something like that, my first thought is, how does she have power word kill?
Guys, I'm actually Celine again.
Yeah, you just have, you know, a 9th level spell as a once a day spell like ability.
Guys, my mom's rich. Of course I have power word kill.
My mom bought me power word kill. Okay.
But yeah, I think that if any of the... We're probably going to have a whole thing the first time that any of the characters actually kill someone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
no one
maybe
seems to like
Clem.
killing.
Maybe Clem, because won't have it as bad since he's already partially gone through that. But
Yeah.
I think everyone else would probably not do too well.
No, I think everyone's doing bad. I think we're all doing bad.
Bad times.
We need therapy, but not from what's her name?
Not from Clava. Thankfully, she's
Not
not a
from Clava.
therapist anymore.
Yeah.
Wait, does she not do therapy anymore? Is that not like a part-time gig? It's a rough economy.
Nah, dude. She's full-time fucking headmaster now. She's upgraded.
And a full-time bitch, am I right, guys?
I think that Clem is going to tell the guards, like, you know, my dad is going to be coming in. This is what he looks like. This is his name.
Cool. Yeah, you head downstairs.
Probably for the best, so he doesn't get tackled.
Yeah.
Who the fuck is looking for clemency? Yeah, you guys spend a little bit of time just sort of, you know, no one's falling asleep right away. You guys are all just doing whatever. And then before comes and a guard opens the door and you see Dashin right behind him and comes in and just gives you a big hug, Clemency.
Yeah, he hugs him back.
Oh, Clemency, I'm so glad you're okay. Okay. Well, Haven, I talked to your dad, and we're gonna have you guys stay at the tavern for a while, okay? And there's
Yeah, that sounds good.
some guard presence, and everything's gonna be okay. And he looks at Crashin, Rainia, and Nysra. He goes, you all are welcome as well, if you need. I know that things are difficult for you all right now. So everybody gather the things, all right? And we'll head out, all right?
I think Clem is going to look at Crashin and say, Yoni shouldn't be here by herself if you want to wake her up.
Yeah. I'll grab her.
And then he opens the door and she's not there.
She's dead.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that is exactly what happens. He opens the door and he comes back and
no.
he goes, I don't know where she is.
Oh, that makes sense.
I guess the flyer came back for her. That's out of character, by the way. Zarek just not just offhandedly. It's like, oh yeah, the flyer came back. It's all fine.
Can I look in the room immediately? Because yeah, I'm looking for something. If they have got them, they fucking love leaving something and saying, "Hey, we've been here. You fucking dick. It's gonna be a puppet or something." I'm gonna start immediately searching that room and be like, if they've taken her, there's something gonna be left. They always fucking leave something.
You see the a good amount of like clothes and supplies are gone. You can see there's like some books that are gone. Her backpack is also gone.
Wait, was Yomi in on it?
I hope not.
That's gonna make a very awkward relationship between Crashin and Clem.
Is there anything else? A letter? Anything being like, hey, I'm in on it? That says, hey, I'm in on it?
You just see a bunch of stuff, like, almost like she, like, packed a bag and left.
Yeah, she's gone. Not kidnapped, but she's gone.
Well, we should at least... The guards can probably scry for her and make sure she's safe. So let's tell the guards that she's missing.
I'm gonna message Zarek and be like, is that a good idea with the warlock stuff?
That's a good point.
I don't want to say that out loud, so I'm gonna message up with Zarek real quick.
I guess Zarek will reply that the alternative is that we don't know if she got kidnapped or not. And if she got kidnapped,
we would have heard something. There's no way. I think she's left on her own accord. But I don't think I think keep an eye out. I think scrying is a bad idea. There's a difference between seeing a person and then seeing them when they're not expecting it.
Crashing goes up to you, Clemency. Goes, do you think she went after them?
Kind of like wipes his face because he's been kind of on and off, kind of crying, and he just says that I really hope not. I don't want her to get hurt.
Yeah.
I didn't want you
Yeah.
to get hurt. I'm so sorry. I tried to make her leave, but she wanted to take one of you, and I'm sorry that I picked you.
No, it's if I had the choice, if I were you, I would have picked you. So I get it. We both want what's best for her.
Is there any way
Okay.
that you can look for her?
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was gonna do, honestly.
Okay.
Okay. And he gives you a big hug.
Yeah, he gives a hug.
He goes, I'm gonna bring her back, okay?
Okay.
And he's gonna head out. Yeah, the rest of the night, if there's nothing else you guys want to do, you guys head to the tavern, and it's pretty quiet for the most part. The tavern's obviously closed. 3:30 in the morning. But Haven, your dad is up as you guys walk in. Dad gives you a huge hug, and your brother and his group are there, and they give you a big hug. Because Haven, I'm so glad you're okay.
Yeah, I didn't get hurt. It's fine.
Well,
I'm trying to hold back all the tears. I don't want to cry. I make a big scene at 3:30 in the morning. Everyone's tired. Everyone wants to go to bed.
Do we want to switch over to the...
Yeah, on it. But you guys all make it there and make it into the house. Change that. There we go. All right. And do you guys end up like taking watch sort of thing? Do you guys go to sleep? There's guards that are outside, that are like patrolling the Levenales.
As much as Clem would like to sleep, I don't think that they can.
Yeah, I don't think Haven's sleeping. I don't think anyone's. I think we're like, oh guys, we'll take watch, and then none of us, we all just do it together.
Yeah.
I know at the very least that as a high elf, the Zarek only needs like 4 hours of semi-conscious meditation and doesn't really need a full 8 hours of sleep. So he's already basically grabbed this chair over here and has dragged it so it's facing the door. And he's basically just sitting there with his gun in his lap.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do the same with my really threatening violin.
But you guys all sort of rest as much as you can, and you guys all see day begin to break. And I think with that, we'll transition in. What are the things that you guys would do over the next month of school?
So what classes do you practice for?
Yeah. Like what?
Therapy? Is there like a therapy class?
Yeah,
Do we
I was
get
gonna say
like
definitely therapy. We need therapy.
Yeah, can we have like a CBT therapist?
There's counselors you guys can talk to.
No.
But
I don't trust the school counselors anymore. After Clava.
Yeah, they're fucking tight. Yeah. Is there an
I
independent free therapy? Is there like a hotline?
So, if we reserve a session at the Adventure Hall, or if even just a single person reserves a session at the Adventure Hall, can they? Since presumably what people look like is on their file, even if they're no longer students, would
we
Zarek
beat
be
them
able to
up?
basically pull up like images of the alligator guy
And beat him up?
and private Adventure Hall sessions? Well, that and practicing shooting him, because his first shot bounced off and he is basically spending an unfortunate amount of time, if he can get away with it in the adventure, basically just trying repeatedly fighting that one guy.
A picture that doesn't move.
You guys get into like the adventure, or Zarek specifically, you get into the Adventure Hall, and they don't. There's like a moment where they're like, I don't know how we feel about you pulling up pictures of other students and shooting them.
He's not a student anymore. He got arrested for trying to kidnap my teammate.
And there's like a back and forth, and they're like, we'll give you a generic version of him. But you are able to like create pretty much whatever you want. So you create like a version of him pretty much, that you sort of like practice against and whatnot. But you unfortunately don't really know what he can do. So he's sort of like, he like acts as your shooting dummy, you know?
Yeah, and basically all he knows that he can do is that one spell, or the spell he used on
Chill Touch,
whatever the current baby dragon is, and
Nectar.
Yes, on Nectar and the whole enlarge reduce thing. So he's essentially just trying to practice fighting giant, basically giant alligators with touch spells.
Sure. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, you spend the month practicing that pretty religiously. What's the rest of you guys doing? How?
I do think I am gonna keep, in contact with Crashen, obviously, if he ever finds out where Yoni is. And I think at some point during the month that Clem has a conversation with his dad, essentially kind of asking him if it's even a good idea for him to stay.
You go up to your dad and you ask him like, what should be done. And he goes, Clem, I don't know. I really don't know. At first, I thought it'd be good for you to not be here. But, I think you being here is, sort of why you're okay. You know, there were guards everywhere. You know, with the smallest commotion and, people were there. Instantly.
My friends got hurt because of me.
Clem, unfortunately, I think that's just something that happens. And that's something that you gotta figure out if you're okay with.
I'm not okay with it.
Well, not, I don't mean it like that.
I'm not worth getting stabbed or punched or shot over.
No one is. No one is worth that. No one wants that. Your friends don't want you to get hurt. You don't want your friends to get hurt. But this is the line of work that you're choosing. You want to get stronger, Clem. And unfortunately, cards are being put into your hand that are gonna sort of force people around you to make a decision. And no matter what, Clem, that it's gonna happen. You know, even if people weren't going after you, if you're doing a mission and some bad guy, some real bad guy is terrorizing a town, and you go to stop them, you and your friends are relying on each other to protect each other. You know, and that's sort of what you got going on right now. But instead of a big bad guy terrorizing a town, it's some bad people just trying to steal just an innocent boy. You know?
Oh. And he just kind of like settles into, you know, wherever they're sitting, wherever like kind of private places they are. And kind of looks at the hand that has the disguise ring on it. And he just like sighs. And just says that I didn't ask to be born like this.
Dashin gives you a big hug.
I didn't ask to be born at all.
I know, Clam. I know. And he gives you a big hug. He goes, it's gonna be all right, okay? We're gonna figure it out. But I wouldn't give up just yet. I think you're safe here, and I think you can learn a lot. And I'm sorry for doubting whether or not you should be here. Okay, I think after seeing how quickly the guards were able to come and help save you, I think that's invaluable. I'm sorry.
Okay.
And he gives you a big hug.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm sorry that
Josh
I
is-
argued with you.
Oh, he just pulls you closer. Dashin seems like at a loss. Like he now more so than ever just feels like in over his head. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like it was so easy when it was just you two and all you had to do was just move from place to place, which is hard in its own right, but you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like people attacked and he was strong enough to protect you because he was there, but now he's having to play catch up with everything because he's not there. So and also you are remembering everything that's happening, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So Hero, what about you?
Yeah. So she'll probably be spending some time with her sister trying to just do some practice work for school.
Mm-hmm.
And I think because she felt kind of useless in a fight without having a physical weapon, she wants to start trying to practice to use I just had it pulled up to use a first level spell. Not inflict wounds, it's something else. But yeah, I'll figure that out. But yeah, to practice some of that.
Practicing spells and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. Yeah, you sort of take your time to do that. I know midterms are coming up next month. And we can talk about that next session is when midterms will happen. But yeah, so you're sort of focusing on some stuff like that. Maybe some of the spells that you're going to use for your midterm classes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Nystra is like spending like every second she can with you outside of classes. And you guys are spending time doing like the robotics class.
Mm-hmm.
And your sister's also been spending a bunch more time with you. Just trying to stay close.
Yeah, and it might be good for us to go to do some practice stuff too, because she saw her sister like kind of clammed up in the fight and is like, hey, let's work on us both getting better at these things.
Yeah, and it takes a little bit, but she gets more confident. She gets better, and like you saw her in the adventure hall before, and she didn't clam up, but you get the feeling that it was like she knew it was fake. But in that instance, it was like people got her. Like that one girl was put unconscious. Like Zarek actually shot someone. Like everything was real. And so it's taken a little bit, but she's getting there. And
yeah. Oh, and it looks like I wanna practice guiding bolt because I want to see if that's something I can start to
sure.
cast.
Yeah. All right. And Haven, what's Haven doing for?
Hello. Okay. I have two things I kind of like to do over the month, and then maybe I want to have one conversation with my dad.
With your dad?
So, with my dad. So first of all, I think just as like a passive thing Haven's doing is now that they've been arrested, she is getting the news every day. She's trying to listen out to hear if anything's going on, what are they being charged with, just if anything's kind of leaking through, and try to keep an eye on it. See if we get any news on that. And second, I think after all that, Haven kind of probably isn't going to her study group, is kind of dropping a lot of the social stuff. And is just working, like it's studying and just going straight to work, and not letting herself have any time in between. She feels extremely guilty, and is not handling this well, and is like, everyone was there because of me. Like my class was where someone got knocked out, and it's my fault.
Okay.
So it's definitely kind of, I guess, excluding herself a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What we're looking for again?
I am on like the trial with like Garrick, where I say like, what are they being charged with? Like try keep like an ear down and reading like the papers. And try to see if like any news is kind of coming out about that.
Everything seems pretty like hush hush. You get a feeling if you wanted to get information about it, you might know someone who would be willing to talk to you about it, like the group about it.
Is that our boy?
Your boy?
Our boy, Newsy. Can Newsy get the deeds?
Yeah, I was thinking, is that Newsy?
You have the scoop. You have the scoop Newsy would love. It's more, you're more looking for your girl.
I have no idea what you're talking about. Oh, Clava.
Clava would probably know something.
Yeah, let's not talk to her. Let's not do that.
That's fine.
She's in on her.
You get the feeling that talking to her would be the way that you would probably get information if it's so under wraps.
Well, that's not scary. It's okay. I have a funny feeling they'll be broken out very soon. Funny feeling about that one. But yeah, I would kind of just during a shift, I would like to talk to my dad. Like, just, it's a quiet shift, not much is going on. And it's like, can I talk to you about something?
Yeah. What's going on?
I like with everything that just happened, like however long it's been, like a week or two, it's like I feel so bad, and for the people that got arrested, and I feel like I've done the right thing on that. But I feel like I know they're like, I know they're bad people, but I know stuff has went on, and it might not necessarily be their fault, and I feel so guilty, and everything could have been avoided if I had just never spoken to them, and I don't know what to do.
Haven, it is it's very easy to blame yourself for anything bad that happens. You could have done this differently, you could have done that differently. But the reality is everything happened the way it did. And the people who were arrested did bad things.
They were my friends.
They
I shouldn't feel bad. I know I shouldn't feel bad, but
they did bad things, Haven. They tried to hurt
I
your
know.
friend.
I
And they
know.
can be people that you were friends with. And it's okay and it's normal to feel feelings for them, to feel sad that they are in a worse off position. But they tried to hurt your friend.
Yeah.
And that's something you need to remind yourself. Whenever you feel sorry for them, you did not make them do what they did. They made their choice.
Yeah. Yeah, he was gonna let me get away as well, and I didn't. I couldn't leave them. Couldn't let them do it. I could have left. I could have just walked out and not done anything.
I think you did the right thing.
Yeah.
Staying. Protect your friends. You saved them. You put 2 of them to sleep. That's impressive. That
Yeah.
is a
I
good.
thought it would be harder than that, I can't lie. It was very much a
They're
kind of one
children.
and done.
They're children.
Oh yeah, don't say that. Don't say that.
And it is terrible. It is children fighting children.
Baby fight.
It's like picture the baby that is constantly in the walls fighting.
Have we
and
found
never-
it yet?
No. He's very elusive. I lay treats and he eats them, but I don't see him eat them. I don't know where they go.
I think like we brought him with us. He's been like at the very start. He was there, you know. He was in a
He's
different tavern.
multiplying. I don't understand. It's a plague. It is a baby plague.
Baby.
We should hide that before the health inspection. I feel like that might get us close.
I think every single place has that baby in it. I can't prove it. I have a feeling that we will just see him truly forever. I don't know how to prove it.
Can I roll to see if my dad's going insane? Is there like alcoholism or something? Is my dad just losing his mind?
It's just, you know that your dad is crazy. You don't have to roll for that.
He even just go through like okay, it's not genetic, it's fine. We're all just uniquely
It was
fucked
the
up.
divorce.
It
That
was
would
a
do it.
divorce.
Imagine dating Magna for multiple years, what that would do to your psyche. Terrible. That poor
Murder.
man. Experienced war crimes, basically.
Imagine having to have sex with that woman.
I would
Clemency,
say
go away.
I'd say the same holds true for anyone who wants to date Anthric, except with Anthric, it's basically either they're gold diggers who don't mind that he's married, or they're his wife, who is not exactly an upstanding individual either.
I don't know if your mom wants to date your dad.
I think basically based off the way that I set up the background, she's happiest when he's out of town and she just gets to run things.
Yeah, no, I don't think that that indicates a happy marriage.
No, it's very much the equivalent of a political marriage.
That's what I probably wish happened with Magna. Unfortunately, did not.
Unfortunate.
Yeah.
But
He was the town football star. He just kept, making them baskets or whatever, and then
yeah.
the football
That's
basket.
Or he even thinks she can jump. She thinks she got it from her dad. She did not. She
White
got
boys
nothing.
can jump.
With
White boys can jump.
the month closing and coming to an end. There's a few bit of news that's going on that Newsy's sharing. He sees you guys walking to class. He goes, "Hey, group! I don't remember your whole name, but group, my favorite group. I got a new edition. You want to read it?"
Hi, Newsy.
What up,
Hey.
Clemency? I know your name. I'm just messing with you.
You're looking particularly white today.
Yeah, you're looking like a straight white boy. That's crazy.
The white part, probably, yes.
Cause Clemency, you alright? You should see a therapist. You're looking depressed.
Do you
To
have
be
a therapist
fair-
number?
You know how your article is probably about the shootout that occurred in one of the dorms?
Yeah.
That
They
was
were
our
trying to
dorm?
kidnap them.
Yeah. That was
And
us.
technically, it was my gun.
And he writes that down. He goes, "Can I get an interview?"
For who?
No.
All of you, yours was there. Zarek, you said you shot someone? That's crazy. Are you
Yeah,
the first school shooter?
I'm gonna write that
To
down.
be
Derek is the
fair-
first school shooter.
An alligator man broke into the room.
I think he was a
went
crocodile
Super
man.
Saiyan or supersized, or he wanted to order a large. Basically, demanded that we hand over Clem. And when you've got, a 10-foot tall alligator, you generally shoot first and try and not let him bite you.
As someone that's never seen that before, I will have to take your word for it. Can I quote you verbatim with that?
I was held
Sure,
at
why
knife
not?
point in a field.
All right. Well, that's a pretty good scoop. I was gonna haggle with you guys, but that sounds really intense. So here you go. We'll call it even payment.
Clemency is gonna read the newspaper.
Yeah, it's pretty depressing.
All right.
It reads in big bold letters: all non-curricular school activities canceled for the rest of the year.
Yo.
Well, I guess it's probably a good thing that Zarek graduated from going to gun club to just trying to shoot people in the adventure halls.
All
It
of
goes
them are
on to
canceled?
talk about how Clava is worried about the safety of the school, and
Oh,
so
I'm sure
as
you
a
are, you
way,
fucking bitch.
as a way to preserve student safety, and also maintain an appropriate use of like guards, all classes are being monitored with like an appropriate amount of staff. So if there's it goes into detail about like a bunch of logistics. Bigger classes will have more guards, smaller classes will have less guards, so on and so forth. But because there's so many different clubs that have so many different hours with ranging members, all of that is canceled. There's no more clubs for the rest of the year. Not only that, the semester end ball also canceled.
No! Fuck!
No.
Clemson's
No.
like, I have been working so hard on my outfit for that.
It goes on to talk about how celebrations within the school specifically are canceled. School is pretty much only focusing on academia, and there is a strict curfew that starts at sundown. You are not allowed to be out of your dorm. You can obviously be out of your room, but you have to be within your dorm building within a certain time, and there's room checks now.
Oh.
I think our thing probably got taken away then, hasn't it? Maybe?
You all would get the feeling that you guys are still allowed to stay at the Levin Ales because you guys have talked to the guards. But that would not apply for like Nysra or any of the people that were given that leniency up until
How
now.
is Hero gonna fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bitches.
Yeah. How are we going to
Tinker's
get
Club
bitches now?
fun. Room checks. This is fucked.
It's homophobic, that's what it is.
Mhm.
Great.
During Pride Month? What the fuck?
During Pride Month?
Great.
What?
Yeah. There's a few things that talk about other small changes. The only ceremony that is still happening is I should correct that. There are a few ceremonies at the end of the year that are happening. For example, the cleric ceremony where you like select your god, and there are a few others that are like that as well, like for paladins and whatnot. Those are still happening, but it is not for the public viewing like it was previously. Before, it was like a big event when people selected their gods. Now it is more of a closed event with just students, and everyone gets like one person. So Dashin would be able to come. Your group would be able to come, but yeah. So the school's really cracking down, and not a lot of people are happy about it.
I get like Clemens like rubs his fucking face like, oh Jesus.
I do have a question.
Mhm.
What did it say about the shooting? Like, what details did it give since it didn't know everything?
So what Newsy has written is there was some sort of fight that broke out in the dorms. There was some disagreement or confrontation, and 2 of the students have been apprehended who instigated the fight. But information about it specifically is pretty under wraps.
Okay.
They talk about the building that it happened in. Like, they talk about your building, but they don't talk about like what room or who was involved or anything like that, because it's a lot of like speculation. But they don't seem to have much. Like, they don't name Garrick or Drakkar or anything like that. They don't name Clemency or anything. And it references that Clava is working with the situation and has everything. Clava is in the process of disciplining the at-fault students.
Oh, so nothing's gonna happen.
Potentially.
Nothing's gonna happen.
You can talk to her and find out.
What if we just send a dummy in to talk to her? Like, oh, Newsy, have you talked to Clava about any of this?
Nah, she won't meet with me. I'm not a student. I tried. Trust me, I fucking tried.
I think okay. Are there any student journalists that we know of? Any like school paper? What's more official?
Has that been canceled?
There's probably a few people that you could think of. But yeah, that would count as like extracurricular.
Yeah, they could still be writing in their own time. I'm kind of going to give everyone a look. Like, are you thinking what I'm thinking with this? So we want to talk to Clava. We don't want to talk to Clava ourselves. Doesn't mean we can't send someone to talk to her.
I don't think she's going to talk to anybody.
No.
Well, I mean, a lot of people are upset. Maybe she might want to maybe say something to help calm people down. Like,
I
get
could
some
talk
news
to
out.
her.
I don't think that's a good idea.
If you guys stand outside, I can talk to her.
Well, she's got to have... She wanted us to be informers, right?
Yeah.
She's got to have different ones now. You can find out who they are. That might be someone we can work with. So I think... Sorry, Newsy, can you just cover your ears for a second? You know, this is a developing story. You know, we got to work on it ourselves.
Yeah, don't worry. I'm closing my ears right now.
Okay. Is he actually closing his ears? Is he being?
Yeah,
Or is he
he looks
outside?
like he looks like he's closing his ears.
I'll trust him. I'll trust him. Not like. We still don't necessarily know if Clava and Garrick and all were together on this, right?
You think they were working together?
Newsy.
Newsy,
I'm
that's
sorry,
really
that's
rude.
Josie.
Newsy.
Easy.
I don't know why you're talking about extremely sensitive information in front of me.
Because we
Literally
trust
makes.
you. We
How am I supposed to
trust
feed my
you.
family if I don't got
Newsy.
juicy news?
You have
You're
a
our
family?
friend. We
You
trust
are.
I
you.
could. I could.
Do you have
At
a
one point.
family?
I mean, one
At
day.
one point?
At one day,
point.
I will. And how
You
am
kind
I
of
supposed
sound
to
like
feed them if I
past
don't got? No, currently, it's just me. But in the future, there could be a little Mrs. and Mr. Little Newsy. I guess not Mr., but like, a little baby Newsy. Mrs. Newsy and baby Newsy. Listen, if you tell me what you're telling each other's about, I can try and help you out.
Can I just throw him? Oh, do we want him to be quiet? Because I can just throw him money to be quiet. That usually just works. Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna hand him a gold. Like, just don't say anything about what you just heard. We're gonna stop talking about this right now.
You make it 2 gold pieces, and I never even think about it again.
Again, yeah, well, you're going. Yeah, not talking's enough. That's okay with me. That's okay.
I'm gonna think about it every day.
Is that a threat?
No, I'm not trying to threaten you. I
Is
just
that a
listen.
threat?
All right,
Newsy.
I
We
make
just
my
went through
best-
a very traumatic incident.
That's
You
true.
know, a little bit of slack. You know, a little bit of slack. Newsy,
All right,
please.
one gold piece. Fine. Maybe you throw in a silver piece so I can get some lunch.
I'll throw in a silver piece.
All
I'll
right,
give
I'm
you a
out of here.
granny
Good luck.
square.
I have so many. I see you. You give me a granny square every day. I love them.
Well, how
my
many do
pockets
you
are full.
have? Because at some point I can make them all into a blanket.
Why don't I give you all my granny squares and you just make me a blanket? Because right now I just have a. Well, it feels like just my coffee table is just only granny squares.
I could also make them into a
Oh.
vest.
Aw.
That feels appropriate. I do wear vests.
Okay, I'll make them into vests.
A
Okay.
little newsy vest.
Yeah.
Aww.
All right.
Oh, Newsy, because I did ask about listening out for rumors, right? For a few
Now you want
sessions ago?
something. Now you want something.
Yeah, well, did you hear any? Did you hear any?
I don't know. I was trying to hear one just now and you stopped me.
Okay. There's too much going on for this. I can't process this mentally.
All right. Next time you
can't-
see me,
yeah,
I'll tell
yeah.
you about some juicy
Yeah.
some juicy stuff.
Yeah.
All
Do you
right.
guys want to go to class?
I'm going to get some lunch. I'm getting a kebab.
Do you know a good
Alright,
kebab
Ooh.
place?
No, I
Yeah.
don't. And don't take my kebab place. And he walks away.
Okay.
He just
I think I
left the
should go talk
stall
to Clara.
completely just unsupervised.
He has a satchel with all of his news stations.
He's my beautiful son.
He just wants to keep his kebab place not gentrified by white Clems. Alright,
Yeah,
you feel
it-
like no one's gonna hear you now.
Okay. If we can find like the people who are informing Clava, they might be the people we want to send in instead of us. Surely, if people are upset about what she's doing right now with counseling everything, surely one of them's got to be a bit flexible, you know?
I don't know. I think she. I don't know. This is a. God, I don't know.
We also don't need to deal with this right now. We can just keep it in the back of our heads. We still got like what, 2 months until, or like a couple more months until turn time's over. So we got time.
Yeah.
So, what are you guys doing?
If we're, we've been attacked a couple times now, and we managed to do okay in that, but it might be worth starting to go to the adventure hall more often.
Yeah,
Starting
I
to
think
get
that sounds like
practice.
a good idea.
Yeah.
I do have regular reservations there that we could probably just go as a group.
It might be worth it. We did well last time working together.
Did
I think we did.
Sorry.
No one got hurt. No one got hurt.
My
Minor
work is to
injuries.
just move as a group instead of trying to go for speed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I can see a adventuring hall. Next up, we'll see how well we can actually do. Is that actually being cancelled? Is that extracurricular, or is that still allowed?
Is what still allowed?
The adventuring hall. Is that also being cancelled?
The adventure hall is still open. There's no like big events, but you can
Okay.
like still book time there and stuff.
Yeah. Book a session in the adventuring hall, shall we?
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Yeah, you guys do some adventure hall training with some different stuff to practice basics. Yeah, is there anything else that you guys want to do other than adventure hall?
One thing that popped to mind, I don't know if this would be practical, but could Zarek look into in his brewing class, like working up some sort of basic thing that could be applied to clothing to stiffen it up? I mean, it would basically only increase the armor rating of just basic clothing just by 1 point or something. But
I see what you're
just
saying.
basically so that if the party gets attacked flat-footed like this again, even if no one has armor or gear, their clothing might be better than nothing.
I can see. I don't think it would give you an armor rating. I think if anything, I would say something could give you like maybe like 5 temp hit points. But I'll
That would work too.
see. Yeah, I'll see like how much something like that would cost, and whatnot.
Basically, it would just be some sort of treatment that could be applied to everyone's clothing so that since we seem to keep getting attacked when we're not expecting to be attacked. And
Yeah, no, it's so fucking strange.
I mean, it's only at parties, to be fair.
Mm.
Maybe we just stop having parties.
Yeah, I agree with that one.
We can go to other people's parties.
Just having anything there that's just probably though is like now that the party is moving into also being involved in the adventure hall, Zarek's gonna see if he can't come up with something that the party could use as a sort of defense if something like this happens again.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you can sort of look into that. I don't think you'd be able to make something like that within the first year, but I think by second year, something like that. And I'll see like how much like everything would cost and whatnot. Yeah. Well, I think with that, that sort of month comes to a close. And if you guys want to roll for classes that you're studying with.
Can you bring us over to that screen?
No, we just have to guess what classes we're doing. Gotta hope for the best.
Oh, did you work out how you're gonna change the bonuses? Since
So
you-
I'm gonna change it for the second year. So pick whatever classes you want. Pretty much like this whole thing is really just like a play test of trying to figure out like what works and what doesn't work. So I think I'm gonna make an iteration for the second year. And that'll be more like concrete because now I
And
know
how many
like
classes do we pick?
it does work. So it'll be one per week. So you can pick 4.
and we're
Or
still basically needing 8 pips in order for it to have any effect on the interns.
yeah. I think in the future, I'm gonna rework how classes work, how you study for them, and whatnot. Actually, you know what we can do? Because maybe I'll change it sooner. Because everyone's been studying a bunch. Why don't we just like RP what classes you would study for? We won't roll for. Because I also have a few ideas for things. But Hero, after everything that's happened, what classes do you think you would try and dive into?
I think arcane skills
Mhm.
and I'm trying to decide between divine healing and skill development, but
Mhm.
probably skill development because we need those negative rolls to get away.
Yeah. How would you try and study for skill development? Like, what would you do?
I think just like study wise,
Yeah, like
probably doing
not having you like roll, but just like if you want to describe it.
probably doing more of those like brain puzzles that they were doing originally
Mhm.
and just trying to like tackle harder stuff, you know?
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, you and Nysra spend a bunch of time like at the library and start like working things out and whatnot. Haven, how about you? What sort of classes would you like dive into?
Okay, so I really want to do well in draconic studies. I really want to do well. So like I would have like maybe taken like the advice that your man had given me. You know, adventure hall, library, getting on the recommended reading, and really just try lock in with that. And also still be like practicing with Nectar in my free time. To
Okay.
just try and make those connotations. I think maybe Haven's more of a, physical learner
Mhm.
than a book person,
Yeah. Yeah, you spend a bunch of time like working closer with Nectar and you definitely feel like it's like working. You and Nectar feel a little more connected.
Especially after,
Yeah.
after the battle.
Nice. Clemency, what about you? What are some classes you would focus on?
I think that he is gonna focus on realm studies, aeronautics, and arcane skills.
Okay. Very nice. What do you think, like how do you think Clem would study for arcane skills?
I think that what's kind of really been, since what happened, what's really been eating at them is the fact that they didn't have an option other than that spell that could have killed Trisk.
Mhm.
It all things considered. If I rolled like full damage, 30 points of damage, it probably could have killed her.
Mhm.
And so I think that he's really, really keen on trying to get something like what Haven has with sleep and trying to get something that is more pacifying and stuff like that. And so I think that's really what he's kind of focusing on.
Haven would help as well if you were looking for something like that.
Thank you.
Haven would like kind of give you a hand. Like, it's just I don't know how this works, like kind of religiously. But we can give it a try. I'm sure there isn't too much of a difference.
Yeah, you spend a bunch of time, probably a bunch of time at the library, looking up different spells you can do and trying to as you can. Nice. And Sarek, what classes would you focus on?
So, I mean, since he's already practicing at the Adventure Hall, that's probably partially towards his weapons and armor training.
Mm-hmm.
Since he's pretty much constantly going over there to try and practice his shooting against both moving targets and just unusual targets, just because that first bullet did bounce off and he's trying to get better at that. But since he only has so many paintball bullets, the rest of the time when he's essentially waiting for those to brew, since I figure what it is he starts that brewing and then it probably takes like an hour or two to actually get into the solidified state he wants. He probably then also spends a fair amount of time. Basically, he's trying to come up with something that would have given him an edge in that fight and made it to where if something else happens, he can be prepared. But essentially, he wants something that will improve now. So he's like, one day he's trying to see if he can make better bullets. So he's trying to do metal crafting to improve the shape. Other days he's trying to see if he can just get an enchantment on them to work. Some days he's pulling strips of metal and then trying to apply of like brewing solution to make them like be more resilient. And he's basically just he can't keep focused on a single project, but he's bouncing between all three of his crafting classes, just hoping that he'll stumble across something. And it's just whenever anything fails to take within like a day or two, he just jumps to the next idea.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah. I think that month sort of comes to a close. And I think that's probably where we'll end the session today, as you guys are like just finishing up studying. The next, so that is that month. And then you have 1, 2. So there's 2 months away from actual finals. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'll probably try and rework how finals work to some degree, just to make it like simpler for some things. Because I don't like the way studying has been necessarily. Like I want to try and streamline it in a way that encourages all of you guys to study for a bunch of different classes. And even if it's like one thing, it's still important,
Yeah, that was how it seemed when I was looking at it originally. It's like, if you have to get 8 pips to even achieve anything, it's like,
yeah,
you either get 8 pips and then you stop because there's no more benefit to getting higher, or you don't even bother with the class.
Yeah, so I'm gonna look at the calendar and see what I might do for the second year is just have like you're studying for every single class, but you like hyper focus on one class, and that'll give you like a like a gold star, and then that could give you like things. I don't know. I have a few ideas for what I want to do.
One thing that popped to mind for that I was just thinking is that since at least half of these classes are ones that we need to pass in order to actually have our class levels, it doesn't seem like it really needs to be terribly challenging. So since it's basically if you pass it, you unlock the feature, and if you don't, you get nothing, why not have it be like for every 2 pips, you get a +1 on that roll? Does it need to be super challenging?
Well, I think the other thing that I'm going to do as well to balance it is change the way you're able to study for them on top of like how you would take like a final or a midterm. And so whenever this is like all said and done, I'll like post a thing for it. And it'll be before like the second year. But like for example,
Everyone.
like
Everyone, say goodbye.
goodbye.
Say goodbye. Goodbye. Bye.
Bye.